Let's go, chat. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, guys, let's go. We're back. We've got 40 hours left to Fable Max. Somebody told me that usage limits just got reset. I'm not seeing it on my end. What about anybody else in the chat? Chat, what's up? Pepper, what's up? The Jumper, Man in the Arena, let's go. Flem, let's go. Brave, let's go. Stain, let's go. Gatto, let's go, guys. Today is going to be a marathon stream. I've made the choice to hit $1 million in the next 6 months. I made a video on it this morning, but I've decided to hit $1 million. So why don't we just lock in and get there, yeah? Sound good? Let me turn the music down a little bit and break down what we're gonna be doing today. Today is gonna be an 8-hour marathon stream, okay? Hit 1,000 likes. I'm gonna be doing a cold plunge. And honestly, we may go longer than 8 hours, okay? Today's all about Fable Maxing and getting everything done that we need to. But if you guys are working along with me, let's lock in. You guys can see here, we've got bridge code up here. This is gonna be rolling out in alpha soon. If you guys watched my video from this morning, breaking down how we're gonna get to $1 million, we're also gonna be pushing Vibecademy forward. We're gonna be pushing BridgeSpace forward. We're gonna be pushing BridgeAgent forward. The time is now, it's here, and I'm ready to hit $1 million. So let me pause the music a little bit and say what's up to everybody. What is bridge code? So bridge code is going to be the coding agent for the BridgeMind ecosystem. You know, we were working on this a few months ago, and you know, one thing, if you guys missed this, I just want to give you guys a quick breakdown. If you guys aren't familiar it's like, one thing that happened last week is BridgeBench went like super viral this past week. I don't know if you guys knew about this, but that's another big thing that's going to be important for us to work on today. And one thing I want to say is that BridgeBench, we have a lot of opportunities for improvement, and we've gotten a ton of great feedback for BridgeBench. And I have decided that we're going to open source this, okay? But we're going to build out BridgeBench v3, and it's going to be like seasons, okay? And I'll break that down in a minute. But like one thing, like one criticism, and I just want to kind of address this, okay? One criticism of BridgeBench, right, is people will look at something like this, right? And they'll look at the reasoning benchmark, okay? And they'll say, this is not trustworthy. This is not good because Claude Sonnet 5 is above Fable 5. And just so you guys know, just because a model overall is better does not particularly make it better in these subcategories. So for example, with Claude Sonnet 5, hey, it did perform better on this benchmark particularly. Now, I think that there's a lot of great feedback for BridgeBench that we're going to be working on in BridgeBench v3. But one thing that we've all found on these benchmarks is that just because Fable 5 is better does not mean that it's going to perform better across all these different categories, right? And that's one thing that I just want to remind everybody that that's what we're seeing on benchmarks in general. Yeah, BridgeBench did go viral last week. I think it got like 2 million views, but I'm really excited to take some of the feedback that we did get and start working towards a BridgeBench v3. That's going to be one thing that we're going to be working on today, but it is going to be a long stream, okay? We're going to be doing a bunch of push-ups. We're going to be doing a bunch of pull-ups. We're going to be walking on the treadmill, okay? But ultimately, this is what we have. We have 40 hours left of Fable 5, guys. We've got a lot to do. Do you run any local models? I do, but local models right now are way behind anything else. But this is one thing that we're working on today. Let me get the chill music on, and let's get into it. I do want to move the desk down and just kind of lock in at the start here. I want to show you guys what I've been working on this weekend. It is official, guys. I am 24 now. I feel different. My birthday, I'm not a big birthday person, but I am 24, and honestly, the biggest thing that I was thinking about this weekend was how to get to 1 million, and I do think that we're going to get there within the next 6 months is my prediction, okay? And not just my prediction, okay? I think that if you guys are working on stuff, thank you, W Dan, I appreciate it. He has sent Unk Alert. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so check this out. I mean, one thing that I will definitely say is that as you get bigger, you will get a lot more hate. And, you know, it's interesting. I think that as I've gotten bigger personally, you know, when I was smaller, a smaller size, BridgeMind used to be a lot smaller, right? I used to kind of talk about other influencers and whatnot, but I've decided to just completely cut that out, okay? Like, I used to be like, oh, you know, kind of like talking about other people in the space. I'm not going to do that whatsoever. I think that it actually makes you look kind of like a jerk, to be honest. So I just want you guys to know that one thing that I want to do with BridgeMind is I don't want to talk bad about other people or talk about other people at all. I think it makes you look bad. Okay, but let's start cooking on this. So you guys can see bridge code here. And one thing that I did do, and I'll share this with you guys, is that BridgeBench v3 is going to be open source. And I'll show you what I did off stream. Let me just get over there real quick. Let me pull this up. Okay, so check this out. So BridgeBench is right here. Okay, it's now an open source repo. And you guys can see this, and you see how it says season 1 in development. So what we're gonna do with BridgeBench is we are going to open source this, but we also don't want the models training on BridgeBench. But we are gonna be taking some of this feedback that we got in BridgeBench. At this point, it is very, I mean, it's generated tens of millions of views. It's been reposted by Elon Musk 3 different times. It's definitely something that we want to work on and build out. But this is the current status of it. I'll drop this in the chat if you guys want to take a look at it. Brother Code said happy birthday. That's awesome. Thank you, man. Yours on Saturday. Let's go, dude. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so this is the new open source repo, okay? And we're going to be working on this today. In addition to some of the other products in the ecosystem. But this is going to be a pretty large focus because I think especially with GPT 5.6, which is going to be dropping later this week. Chat, how do you guys feel about all this? Check this out. So GPT 5.6, it doesn't look like it's going to be tomorrow. There's an 11% chance that it's tomorrow. It looks like it's more likely going to drop on Thursday, which is the typical release of OpenAI models in general. Bob, thank you for the jewels. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. So if you guys look at this, this is one thing that, you know, we're looking at. And I do think that GPT 5.6 does have a very large chance to actually be better than Fable, especially in backend. I think that it's definitely got a chance. And Fable, just if anybody was wondering, it is getting removed on tomorrow at 11:59 PST. Stain said that he's so ready for it. Yeah, I did renew. I had it canceled, but I did actually renew my Codex subscription because I didn't want to lose my usage resets. So one thing, if you guys didn't know about Codex, is they have these usage limits. Okay, do you guys see this? How it says you have 4 usage limit resets available. So literally, I can run usage, and I'm able to actually like redeem a usage reset. And one thing that OpenAI does, which I think is really cool, is when they do the usage resets, they store them for you to use on your own time, which I think is actually a really good approach. Would you ever make a tool that makes landing pages that don't look vibe coded? I think that there's like great opportunities for skills and stuff. If you guys missed the last stream, this was what we were working on in the last stream. And I have to say, the initial results from the updated landing page are actually like very, very good. So if you guys go to BridgeMind.ai, okay, on the last stream, we were working on this landing page, and one thing that we built with Fable 5 is we built everything that you see. So watch this. When I refresh the page, there's lightning that strikes the Get Started button. Did you guys see that? So lightning strikes the Get Started button, which I think is really cool. And then we built this live demo of BridgeSpace because shout out to WDM. We were looking at this, it's called Mobbin, and we saw like the linear website, and it had like this really cool in-app demo, and we decided to create this live demo. So literally with this live demo, you can like click around. Here's Bridge Swarm. You can literally click all of these. You can see the notifications. It's pretty much just like a digital twin of BridgeSpace, and it's a live demo. You can pull open the sidebar here. You can look at the code. Actually, I guess you can't do that. Maybe we can make it a little bit better there. But, you know, this is a nice live demo that, hey, if you're using the website, you're looking around, you want to understand BridgeMind, hey, this is BridgeSpace, okay? And then when you scroll down, we have really quality remotion videos that we created using Fable 5. So we're really working on making the website better for conversions, and I've already seen, we actually got a ton of conversions over the weekend without me even streaming. So I felt very good about this, but yeah, it's a lot better. Somebody said in the chat, Chris said in the chat, I have only slept like 10 hours since Fable 5 dropped. Let's go. Let's go, chat. But yeah, so it's significantly improved, and I feel really good about this. But one thing that I was talking about in my video this morning that basically talked about sharing about how I'm going to reach 1 million. And, you know, it is one thing is that, hey, I'm the type of person that, hey, as BridgeMind gets bigger and bigger, it is a little bit challenging. Obviously, it's not easy to get like a bunch of flack and a bunch of hate, especially from like people that are essentially like competitors that are trying to discredit you and whatnot is really what it comes across as. But, you know, as BridgeMind gets bigger, we're going to get more hate, and we're going to get people that are, you know, just like hating on us. And I just want you guys to know that whatever you're working on, don't listen to people that are hating on you. Don't listen to people that are naysayers, that are being toxic and stuff. Just focus on what you're doing, because that's all you have control over. And honestly, I spent my birthday reflecting a little bit on being a little bit frustrated, to be honest with you guys. I didn't have the best birthday because I was very, very frustrated. I was very, very frustrated. And this is the thing, okay, is that I'm not the type of person that's going to give up. And I just want you guys to know that you're about to start to see me work way harder, because honestly, like, I'm the type of guy that, hey, if you hate on me, if you disrespect me, if you discredit me and stuff, it's just going to make me work 10 times harder, because it's not true. And, you know, I also want to say that you guys will never hear me hate on anybody ever again. I'm not gonna, that's not who I want to be. I think that it's a terrible look, and as the BridgeMind platform gets bigger and bigger, you guys just aren't gonna see that from me. I did it like when I was smaller, but now at the size that we're at, I think that it just comes across as unprofessional. But thank you guys, I appreciate it. When are we gonna do the Bridgeathon? Honestly, I would love to do something this month, but yeah, chat, this is what we did last stream. We're gonna make it much better today. But I would really highly recommend that you go watch the video that I posted today, because I think that'll give you guys a view of what we're gonna be able to accomplish. I am about to hit my limits here on this. I have been working this morning, doing a lot of work before the stream. I'm already at 83% of my session used. So one thing I'm gonna do just before we get started, I am gonna log out of this subscription, and I'm gonna log into my third Claude Max subscription so that we can get the usage there. But let me do this one real quick here. It's I have to get into the support email. So just actually, hold on. I think I can just use what I have here. Watch this, guys. I think that this will work. Let's see. So I'm gonna switch to it's this one here, this Fable 5 God mode. So I just switched my account, and I think that all I have to do is, let's actually run this update, because I'm not running anything now. Let's install the update here. So this is 3.4.9 of BridgeSpace. Make sure you guys update if you haven't already. But we're gonna update this. I did have bridge code. Yeah, we got bridge code CLI. So this is something, and I actually have an idea. I don't want to. Also, I want to take a screenshot of this. I'll show you guys in a second what I was working on, but I am gonna close out all these, and then when we relaunch, this should now launch it in that support Claude. Let's see, it looks like it did it. Perfect. Okay, that's awesome. So I didn't have to relog in. So now if I run usage, it's all gonna be reset. So check this out, guys. Yeah, so literally 0% usage on the session. We have 11% this week. So let's rip through this. But what I was working on is if we run bridge code local, okay, this is bridge code, and this is going to fit into the BridgeMind ecosystem because ultimately the main mission of BridgeMind is to create a vibe coding ecosystem where under one subscription you get access to all of the tools that you need for vibe coding, right? And I think that one thing that we're missing in this ecosystem is we are missing a coding agent, and then I would like to somehow tie in bridge code into BridgeBench so that people are able to basically use bridge code and then it somehow interfaces with some sort of benchmark over on BridgeBench, because we are going to be building out BridgeBench v3. We've gotten a ton of great feedback, and I'm really excited to build that out. It's going to be open source. I already dropped the link in the chat. Somebody said I got a max 20x account and ran out of Fable in 1 day purely vibe coding. Yeah, that sounds about right. You'll last about 1 day using Fable, but we have a huge week upcoming this week because we are going to be getting GPT 5.6, which I do believe is going to be better than Fable 5 in a lot of ways. So very excited for that. Let's drop this in. I want you to take a look at bridge code and note that a lot of the models that are in bridge code are now outdated. Would you review it in depth and help me get all the models refreshed to the latest models? There are a lot of models that are at this point outdated. For example, Claude Sonnet 4.6, there's now a Sonnet 5. There's also now Fable 5. Review and help me get this updated respectively. Okay, I am going to drop this in. Hold on, it's going to drop in 2 of those. But it's the bridge code CLI. This is going to be something that we are going to be working on. And let me just go over here and force quit this. Whisper flow, don't need it. Jake, what's up, man? How many hours left for Fable? Yeah, we've got 40 hours left, so we really just want to maximize it. Today is going to be a marathon stream. Let me throw up some goals on the board so that you guys know what we're doing. Okay, all right, guys. So we are going to be working on the bridge code alpha, okay? We're going to be working on BridgeBench v3. We're going to do continued work on the website revamp, and then we're also going to get Vibecademy fully ready. All I have to do is create the content, and I am going to be launching it this week, okay? And it's just going to start out with some very beginner level tasks and assignments for people to really understand how to vibe code and to get started with vibe coding. That's at vibecademy.ai, but that is going to be fully ready today, and we are going to be launching that this week. And we're not going to do some crazy grand launch. We just need to get it started and get it launched. All right, hold on. I built a skill to... Wait, hold on. Devacode, what did you say? Sorry, I missed it. Also, let me get the chat over here so that I can see it easier, and then I'll move this over here. Okay, there we go. All right, I can see your guys' chats better. What is bridge code? So this is a coding agent. Let's also patch in BridgeMind UI. I need you to review the hero of the BridgeAgent product page, the BridgeSpace product page, and I need you to make these heroes more compact and better designed so that they are visible in one viewport and so that they are just more concise. Okay, someone in Discord said, question, does BridgeMind have integrations like Superbase or Cloudflare Pages? Another app I use has those integrations. All you do is click 3 buttons and you can fully connect and vibe code with it. So we do have plugins. I think that it would be a good idea to have some sort of like OAuth flow, but right now we do have plugins. Tebow said that we have full access to Sol Ultra and we will get all the resets with it. Yeah, no, that's one thing I saw too. I'll hold up. Let me pull this up as well so that you guys can see it. But this is actually huge. So if you guys didn't see this, Tebow they're all hyping up this Sol launch. If you guys haven't seen this, they put this out and people are saying what they mean by this is that it's a leap, right? Leapfrog. So they're saying that it's going to leapfrog. That's what a lot of people are saying. So they posted this and they said, if you know, you know. So they are hyping this up as if GPT 5.6 is going to be a leap. Now, we're seeing GPT 5.6 significantly outperform Fable. We're seeing it do much, much better, but we'll see once we actually get it how good it actually is. I think we'll know very, very quickly how good it is, right? But it looks very promising. Yeah, somebody says that they have 5 resets. Yeah, I do have 4 resets waiting for Soul. And, I mean, you look at it and you're like, okay, well, obviously Fable 5 is way ahead. I mean, you guys aren't going to see me using much of GPT 5.5 today, but you know, hey, once we get 5.6, hey, if Fable 5 goes away, Anthropic is kind of not, like, they're kind of in trouble, right? Because, hey, GPT is going to launch, Fable 5 is going to go away. I think that Fable 5 will be back in subscriptions because they just won't be able to compete. So, yeah, I do think that it's going to be better than Fable in a lot of ways. I think that it'll have better back-end capabilities for sure. I need you to review the screenshot of the modal for resuming sessions. Why does it keep setting the environment of the Claude config directory? I don't think that this is needed. Shouldn't it just be the resume command for that particular session? Do not launch subagents, but review this screenshot for reference and figure out why the commands look like this. Why is Fable going away? So pretty much Anthropic says that they don't have the compute to serve it. It's so weird. It's such a weird situation because as soon as they remove it, BridgeCode is a coding agent that we're building out. It's going to probably ship out in alpha today. We have the entire pipeline built for it. We just need to get it out. So Jason said it's not going away, just API instead of tokens. So you are correct, but it going on API is essentially the same thing as them taking it away. The only people that are going to be using Fable 5 via API are people that have like tons of subsidized credits via like partnerships, or people that are like an organization, right? But I mean, you will easily run up $1,000 to $2,000 a day in a normal vibe coding workflow using Fable 5, right? Like I think I was using my cursor credits for it for a very brief period of time, and I spent $2,000 in a day on Fable 5. So when they remove it from plans, nobody is realistically going to be using this with their subscriptions. It's just not possible. It's too expensive. I am working alone, Zay. Yeah, I'm working alone. A Fable 5 loophole usage limits is to use Opus and instruct it to use Fable subagents in workflows. That is a good idea. I'm more of a fan of just using Fable 5 directly. That's just my approach. Vercel has deployed their MCP. Try it if you'd like. NS, what's up, bro? How's it going? But this does look good. So something that I was working on before the stream was this updated BridgeBench, okay? And I'll show this to you guys here in a second. But this is going to be something very, very big that gets launched with BridgeBench, because BridgeBench, I mean, at this point, love it or hate it, it's generated tens of millions of views on X. It's been reposted by Elon Musk 3 times. And people really do look to it as a place where, hey, for example, with the Fable 5 re-release, right? We saw how much the performance of Fable 5 was reduced because of those guardrails, right? So love it or hate it, roast it, whatever, right? We're going to improve it. We're going to take feedback and we're going to make it even better. But one of the biggest things for feedback is people saying like, I think that it would be good if BridgeBench did go open source, and if we turned it into somewhat of a community project. And I think that the problem with open source benchmarks is that, hey, if you have those benchmarks out for too long and they're the same tasks, then the models will just train on those benchmarks knowing that those are popular benchmarks, and then your benchmark kind of gets ruined because the models train on it, right? But what I've decided to do is with BridgeBench, we're going to have seasons. It's going to be fully open sourced, okay? So that people can look at it and understand it, right? I think that like, I hate to see like, I mean, don't even get me started. I'm gonna be, it's gonna raise my court, okay? But you know, I want people to be able to actually review the benchmark and to see it. So this is one thing that we're doing is that, for example, these are some of like the UI benchmarks, okay? And one thing that we're just gonna focus in on here for a minute is that we are gonna be rebuilding the UI benchmark for BridgeBench. And then we're gonna be making it so that instead of AI grading the UI, because one piece of feedback that I did see, and I'll show it to you guys right now, and I think it's pretty valid. Check this out. Afterglow said, be positive, 100%. Okay, so join the Discord if you haven't already, if you want to talk to me about a business idea. So check this out. So this is one piece of feedback. So if you guys look at, hold on, let's get Opus. Okay, here's Opus 4.8, for example. Or no, let's look at Opus 4.7, okay? So this is the Opus 4.7 benchmark, okay? This is one of the best results that we've had on the lava lamp test is Opus 4.7. And Opus 4.7, in my opinion, is, now that we have Fable 5 is the best in design, but Opus 4.7 is better than Opus 4.8 and Opus 4.6 on UI. But how we're doing this is we're having AI grade the results of the benchmark. And in my opinion, I would look at this and say, hey, this is the best UI in lava lamp that's ever been produced. But the AI graded this at 75.5, okay? And if we go back, like let me find, like, look at this one. So this one here is graded at a 70.8, but there is, I mean, it's not horrible, but there's one, I think that's Gemini 3.5. Let me find it. So keep in mind, that was at 75, and then let's find Gemini 3.5 Flash. Is it Gemini 3.5 Flash? Hold on, let's expand this. I thought it was Gemini 3.5 Flash. It might not be that. Maybe it's Gemini 3.1. I thought I saw this from somebody. Okay, I guess, yeah, it is this one. So then look at this one. So then this one is an 85.6, but I don't know. Do you guys think that this is better? Drop a W if you really think that this one is better, but drop an L if you think that Gemini 3.1 Pro does a worse job than Opus 4.7 did. Someone in Discord suggests to add a list of all the plugins we have available so it's more clear on the website. Okay. Is Hermes better for coding apps or the orchestrator for it? What do you think? I think that if you do a good job in setting it up, it can be really good. Yeah, a lot of people are saying L. Yeah, and I would agree. So I think that the best way to do this is that you need to have the benchmark. And first of all, like, I don't think that you should have the UI benchmark be HTML only, right? Because it really is limited, right? Like, I'm at the point now where it's like, hey, if you give the models like the ability to do it in only HTML, it's not going to be able to do that creative of things, right? So I think that what we want to do for the UI benchmark, for example, is we want to make it so that it can use like Three.js and these other mechanisms so that people can actually see, like, hey, if you have it use frameworks like Three.js and not just HTML and CSS, then if you have a really good model, it's going to be able to be way more creative with Three.js than it would be if it was only able to use HTML. Does that make sense? So that's one thing that we're doing. So let's drop in BridgeBench UI and then also BridgeBench. I need you to review BridgeBench and the BridgeBench API and the BridgeBench UI and help me think through how we can make it so that users are able to vote on the results of the different models. We also need some sort of model registry in BridgeBench. Would you review this in depth and help me build out a thorough model registry for BridgeBench in the open source repo? Review this and help me build this out. You should take ideas from Okra IDE. It's pretty great. I've never heard of Okra. Okay, Devacode said, but can we not align it with the submit prompts that you did a week ago so we can use good prompts? Wait, Devacode, what do you mean? With the submit prompts that you did a week ago. Oh, I see what you're saying. With what? With the UI? Or what do you mean? Yeah, and also, Robot, like, I think that, just so you guys know, if you have anything that goes really big, too, it's going to get a bunch of praise, and then it's also going to get a bunch of hate, right? And I just want you guys to know, like, you know, hey, I'm definitely, I don't want to be like a content creator and stuff, and I'm definitely, when I get like hate and stuff, I definitely, you know, it's not like you don't feel it, right? But there is like some aspect to it where it's just like, hey, people in the world are so toxic and stuff, and if there's anything that I've learned just along the journey, it's just, I just learn what I don't want to become. And earlier on, when I was like much smaller, I used to like look at other people that were, you know, content creators and influencers and stuff, and I would say, you know, this person's like, you know, this or that. And honestly, I'm just at the point where I just don't want to spread hate. I don't want to be that guy. And more now so than ever, it's just like, I just want to spread positivity. And I hope that everybody in this community does the same. Let's help lift each other up. Let's not be toxic and negative towards other people. And let's just do the best that we can to spread positivity. And I know that sounds cliche, but honestly, like, I just think that the world can be so toxic. And I'm like, hey, if with this community, let's just lift each other up because there's just way too much hate out there. When do you think GPT 5.6 will come out? I think Thursday is when I'm expecting it. Thursday. Can you give us a view of Bridge Code? So this is what we're working on. So Bridge Code is a vibe coding agent for the terminal. Okay, this is gonna roll out in alpha, and you guys are gonna be able to use this. But this is a coding agent, okay? And for example, you can connect this to your existing, so if you look at this, these are the different providers that you have access to. You can connect this to OpenAI, you can connect this to OpenRouter, XAI, Fireworks, BridgeMind, and this is definitely a pretty key portion that I think that we're gonna add to the BridgeMind subscription, because I think people want a way to not only be able to use the workspace and to use the tools, but to also have a tool that they can then use those credits to vibe code with themselves, right? So, you know, that's going to be something that's going to be big, I think, and I am excited to improve it here with Fable 5. Okay, this one says the environment prefix isn't a bug. Removing it would break resume for any pane not already running under the right profile and would break every copied command. What's legitimately worth improving is the display. The card should show Claude resume with the Claude indicated separately. Okay. Okay, also, okay, chat, I have a quick question for you guys, okay? There was a moderator, it was FDL. If you guys know him, check this out. So he actually made a recommendation. What do you guys think of this UI? Look at this. So I think he used like GPT image or something like that, and he dropped this in and said, hey, this would probably be an improvement of the landing page. So right now, this is what we have. So do you guys see, this is what we have, and then this is what he suggested. So if you look over here, he kind of made this like really cool effect, and I have to say, I do like that. I do like this here. Do you guys see that? Just like over here and then over here. I think it's really cool. What do you guys think about it? Do you guys think WL, we can probably build it with one prompt. Let's see if Fable 5 can build it. I'm gonna drop in the screenshot, and then I'm just gonna at BridgeMind UI. I need you to review the screenshot for reference, and note that we need to update the background of the hero image to look like the attached screenshot with the effects on the left and right of the hero. Would you review this and build in these animated effects that will look similar to the attached screenshot? Okay, a lot of W's. Yeah, awesome. People really like that. Yeah, maybe a slow moving animation would be sweet. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, and I will say, you know, it was interesting. I actually had to process. There was like this complicated thing. Pretty much, we had a ton of subscriptions come in over the weekend, and after we did do the updates to the landing page, we are seeing a much higher conversion rate. Even though we're not seeing it yet in like the ARR, there's a roundabout way of saying the conversion rate with the updates that we have made has improved substantially. And I think that as we navigate, you know, more marketing, we do more marketing, we're gonna see that conversion rate be a lot higher. Okay, what did Story say? Somebody said, I really hate the lightning. I'm sorry. All right, what do you guys think about the lightning? We can adjust the lightning as needed, but let's, hold on, let's pull this up. Check this out. So this is the lightning effect. Just drop a W or L. What do you guys think of the lightning effect? You guys saw it. The lightning strikes the call to action. Just drop a W or L, and we'll remove it based off of what people say. Stain says he thinks it's cool. Sid says lightning is cool. A lot of people saying that they like the lightning. Some people saying nah. Some people are saying too much. Okay, Drew says low-key L. Drew's a pretty good front-end designer, so he says L. That means a lot to me. Does it move the needle? Okay, I think that's a good question. Does it move the needle, right? Does that move the needle? People are saying too much. How about this? I do think that, I mean, is lightning striking the get started button, is that going to improve conversions? Maybe not. But let's just see what it looks like after we update this home hero here. And we'll just get to see, okay, what does this look like here? No, it looks weird, childish. Okay. But guys, just as a reminder, I just really want you guys to know that, you know, I was getting a lot more hate recently for like a couple different reasons. Like I said, hey, BridgeBench went like giga viral is what I would describe it as. I would say giga viral. and you know, I got 2 million views. And whenever you have something that happens like that, you're going to get a lot of people that agree with it, but then you're also going to have people that hate it, right? So we've gotten a ton of feedback, we've gotten a lot of hate, and I just want you guys to know that, hey, we're going to do a marathon stream today, but you guys are going to see me streaming a lot more this week because I am just like totally fired up. I'm the type of person that if you want to, you know, bash me and hate on me, especially if it's like somebody that is just, you know, yeah, I mean, I don't like it. I'm going to tell you that much. I'm the type of guy, I do get a chip on my shoulder, and I'm the type of person that I will never forget how I felt this weekend. It was my birthday, okay, and I'm going to be honest, on my birthday, I was very upset on my birthday. So we're going to be grinding today, and I just want you guys to know that I am fired up, okay? So you guys are going to see me work a lot more over the coming weeks. And we're going to hit 1 million in the next 6 months, okay? Because I'm very gassed up. So okay, somebody said I'm vibe coding while listening to you on the second monitor, so keep doing you. Co-working as a vibe in its own right. 100%, yeah. Why am I upset? I mean, I think that, like, you know, I've been doing this for 11 months now, right? And I would say that BridgeMind really started to get big maybe like earlier this year, and especially lately it's much bigger now too. So I'm just navigating being a lot bigger, and one thing that happens when you're a lot bigger is that you have a lot more people that are bashing you and hating on you, right? So I'm getting used to it, but right now the way that I'm dealing with it is I'm just using it as motivation. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, caring about what others say makes you dependent on them. I would agree. Yeah, you have to stay in your own lane, do your own thing. Okay, Drew said I'd even remove the Discord button there too. It takes away from the conversion of the application towards the Discord. Okay, I think that's a good idea. Let's just use Codex for that one. The limits are much better with Codex, so we're gonna use Codex a little bit if there's like simple stuff, because I mean I am paying $200 a month for that, so I may as well use it. All right, BridgeMind UI, and I'm gonna just drop in your chat, Drew. Thank you. All right, drop that in. Yeah, thank you, Deva. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, Awesome. I appreciate it. Did anything happen during this live? We're just getting started. So we're going to be working on, you guys can see the goals behind me, but super excited for BridgeBench V3, the Bridge Code Alpha. We are doing an 8-hour marathon stream, and just this week in general, we're going to turn it up a notch a little bit. All right, you guys are going to see me, much more me, okay? You know, sometimes I'll do like 3-hour streams, 4-hour streams, but just this week in general, we're going to be working a lot more this week. All right, guys, so I hope that you guys are with me. All right, we've got Fable for about another 40 hours, okay? We've got Fable for 40 hours, so there's stuff that we can't do with other models that we can do with Fable, so we want to maximize that. Now, I do think I have, let's check Cursor real quick. I think I still have about $1,000 in Cursor credits left. Let me just check this real quick. I think that I have $1,000. Okay, cool. All right, so I do have $1,478 in Cursor credits left, which means that what we're going to do is once we lose Fable, we'll still have access to it. I'll use these, but it'll go pretty quickly. This is only about 1 day's worth of Fable credits probably in Cursor. $1,478, that's probably 1 day. So we'll see. Did I work during this weekend? A little bit, but I did spend the weekend with my family. It was my birthday this weekend, so I'm 24 now. We're upping it up a notch. All right, I'm 24. I always, you know, I was in college. One of my buddies, we always said, you know, we got to basically, like, there was always this weird emphasis on before we're 25. I remember talking to friends of mine from college, and it's like, hey, when you're my age, I'll just share my perspective. It's like, hey, when you're my age, you don't have kids, you don't have a wife. You don't have, unless, I mean, some people have kids and wife at 24, but not me. So kind of a life stage thing, but at 24, I don't have kids. I don't have a wife. Okay. But what I do have is I can spend a bunch more of my time on building my business. And for me, it's getting to $1 million, which we will do in the next, we're going to get there in 6 months, guys. So how is it 40 hours? It ends on, or I guess it's less than that. Oh yeah, I guess it is less than that. It's less than 40 hours. It is, wait, hold on. It's because 24 hours from now. So it's, I guess, more like 36. Is it more like 36 hours? Yeah, 36. I guess when I said 40 hours, it was 4 hours ago. So it's about 36 hours now, 37 hours. Okay. Yeah, 100%. So Jason said, trust me, bro, build it now, build that future and get your money to work for you. Compounding interest, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we'll see. This is going to get removed. Let's pull this up and see. I've got to drop in. Let's launch dev. And for anybody wondering, this that we're using here, okay, this is one of the products in the BridgeMind ecosystem. Okay, this is BridgeSpace, which is the workspace for vibe coding. Okay, and let's run npm run dev here. And one thing that I really like that we built just recently, I guess this port's already in use, so let me pull this up. I just want to make sure I don't expose anything. Okay, perfect. Okay, check this out, guys. So one thing that I really like that we did recently, and this is what Fable 5 is doing. Do you guys see this here? So this is what it's doing on the side. We did remove, based off of Drew's feedback, we did remove the button for joining the Discord. So now it's just get started, which he said will improve the... But look at this. I think what do you guys think of this? You guys see the side here? So it was able to get close, right? So it doesn't show when you do enlarge the screen. What do you guys think of this? People are saying L. What do you guys think needs to be improved with it? Somebody said that I'm 28, treating these years like 24. Yeah. I mean, everybody, and let me just remind you guys that everybody has their own timing, right? And, you know, I'm just showing you that this is the life stage that I'm at right now, right? We did build this screenshotting tool. I want to test it here. Let me just make sure. Let's see. Screenshot the page. Okay. Okay, look at this, guys. So when you do screenshot, you can copy the image and then can I actually paste this in? Let's see. So you can click screenshot now. Does this paste an image in? Yeah, it does. Oh, that is nice. So we did build that screenshotting tool. There's one small little UI bug here. Let's screenshot this. Oh, oops, I accidentally recorded. Looks hacky. A couple people are saying it's need to be smooth and bend. Okay, stop this. All right, so we're gonna open this up and we're gonna highlight this right over here. All right. Fix the UI bug here. There's too much empty space on the right side there. Okay, let's drop this in. And this one, we don't need to use Fable for this. So I'm just gonna launch Claude and we're gonna use model and we're gonna switch to, honestly, I'm gonna use Sonnet for this. Check out this screenshot and update accordingly in BridgeSpace. It takes a lot of hard work to create something simple. What do you mean with what? If you get $1 million, are you looking for a girlfriend? Actually, I currently have a girlfriend. She's super supportive and she's great. I've had a girlfriend we've been dating for 7 months now. And honestly, I probably wouldn't be where I am right now without her. She's very, very supportive. So, all right, let's see this here. This looks fine, but a ton of updates that we do need to make to this. Claude or Grok? Definitely Claude. Yeah, Grok is not great. If you're saying that she's your future wife, yeah, most likely. Okay, you tried out DeepSeek CLI yet? Not yet. I have not tried DeepSeek CLI, just because there's not really a huge point in using DeepSeek CLI. I don't think that it's that great. The UI design here needs to be significantly improved for bridge code. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this. Let's open up another workspace here, and I do want to create a new preset. This is going to be the Vibecademy preset, okay, and it'll be 4 sessions. And let's CD over into Vibecademy. Let's go over here and let's just go here. All right, save. All right. What about GLM 5.2? I do think that GLM 5.2 is the best Chinese open source model. I've gotten the best results out of it for sure. And if you're going to use any Chinese model that's open source, I would use that one. Is it worse to buy a $100 Claude or Codex subscription? I think that it would be better to get, oh man, I mean, it's hard to say right now because a lot is going to change in the world this week. We have GPT 5.6 that's going to be dropping most likely on Thursday, which is going to be huge. I think that there is a very large possibility that it is going to be better than Fable. I think that we're probably going to see it be better than Fable in backend. It may fix their UI issues because that's the biggest problem with OpenAI GPT models right now is that the front end isn't great, but it's very good at back-end development. But Fable right now is better just across the board at everything. But then it's also not going to stay in subscriptions. So as soon as they pull it out of subscriptions, which is going to be tomorrow, it's going to completely change the game. And then you also have GPT, which is launching on Thursday, right? So it's like, you know, I have my OpenAI subscription. I'm using Fable 5. It would be great if they could give us one more weekly reset. That would be great. What about Gemini 3.5 Pro? So Gemini 3.5 Pro, it also has a lot of potential. You know, Google, they literally delayed this model because they weren't happy with it. It was supposed to launch literally in June. Now, if we look at Polymarket, we can see, hey, when is this model launching? I think that it's like expected on what, the 17th, I think. Let's see. Yeah, the 17th. So 68% chance that it drops on the 17th. So that's about, you know, 11 days from now. So we'll see what happens there. But I do think this is also going to be a big model because if you guys didn't know this, with Google models, they spread out their releases much more. So if we pull up artificial analysis, this is one thing that you guys definitely need to know is that, look at this chart here. So if you guys look at the intelligence, okay, we're going to clear this, okay, and we're going to add in XAI, Anthropic, OpenAI, and then we'll also do Google, okay? And if you guys look at this, if we zoom in a little bit, okay, hold up, I just messed up this chart. Okay, so look at this. So look at the Google releases right here. Okay, so this is Gemini 3.5 Flash, which I'm not a big fan of Flash models. But check out this. So this was Gemini 2.5 Pro, which scored 26 on this intelligence index, okay? And literally the difference between Gemini 2.5 Pro and then Gemini 3 Pro, it was a huge jump. So what Google does is they release models less frequently, but when they do release models, it is a substantial jump because they spend more time on training, whereas Anthropic and OpenAI, they will literally release 3 models in the time that Google releases 1. Right? So Gemini 3.1 Pro is like the last SOTA model that we got from Google. And you guys can see that it literally scored 46. This could be a massive jump. Literally, the frontier's up here at 60 with Claude Fable 5. I think that Gemini 3.5 Pro is probably going to beat out Claude Fable 5. I know that you guys may be like, what? No way. But guys, I know that Fable is good. But I think that we're going to see a significant jump from Google, and I think that it could potentially surpass Fable in intelligence. Only time will tell, but it's definitely possible. We'll see what happens. A lot of people are saying no. I don't know. You don't know, Fang. You don't know, Fang. All right, we're at 200 likes, guys. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're going to get to 1,000 likes today. 1,000 likes. I am going to do a cold plunge like old times. All right, let's drop in this. Let's see how this is looking. So this is, what do you guys think of this effect? There's so much going on. Okay, there's way too much going on this homepage now. There's lightning striking. There's, I don't know, chat. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Yeah, Jake said don't sleep on Google. No, I wouldn't say, I don't think that you guys should sleep on Google. I don't think you guys should sleep on Google. The model's going to be significantly better. Google builds all their tools internally, so they have been running, testing, and improving the new model the whole time. Exactly. Too much? Yeah, I agree. Too much. Tell it to be like dopamine effect? What do you mean? Yeah, we're about to hit 90,000 subs, guys. Let me pull up the chart here. Let's check. How many subs are we at? We're about to hit 90,000, so it's gonna be big. We're only 81 subscribers away from 90,000, which is awesome. Check this out, guys. I'll keep this up, but we're at 89,919. That's insane. Jeez. That's sick. So we're probably going to hit 100,000 subscribers this month. Can you show your screenshot app and can you put text? What do you mean, Opus? It's too much, but we see something. I mean, it does look cool. There's too much going on. Let's go back over. Okay, what do you guys think needs to be changed with it, though? This is good, but there's a little bit too much going on, especially with the lightning striking. Let's remove the lightning strike effect. Don't completely remove that code. Just comment it out for now so that we can return to it if we want to later on. And then with the animation that you just created, make it a little bit more subtle so that there's less going on. Okay, less is more, less is more. Instead of it being non-set, it could be text that is prompts. What do you mean? Add Subway Surfers. 24-hour stream at 100K? Potentially. I mean, my approach with like the 24-hour streams and stuff, and it's like, hey, I do this every day. I think that if you do a 24-hour stream, you've basically shot yourself in the foot because you're not going to be able to work. It's going to mess up your sleep schedule and stuff. So I'm not like a huge person that's like, oh, like stay up all night. I'm kind of like, hey, get your sleep so that you can do it again the next day. Remove the glow on the button. It will remove once we drop it. Once we remove the lightning effect, it'll remove by itself. The lightning effect. There's way too much going on this homepage now. Looks the image of GPT. The image is going deep on the website. What do you mean? What's the? There's a new Chinese model. What's the new Chinese model? Oh, the Laguna one. All right. All right, Arena. Okay, show me a breakdown of the table in the database that represents the votes for the voting mechanism. Tell it to add a 3D perspective to the sidebar effect. What's sidebar effect? What do you mean? Are you sure that GPT 5.6 is coming out on Thursday? It looks like it. Yeah, based off of everything in the space, it's pointing to that way. If you guys don't know, BridgeMind is the home of the vibe coding movement. Okay, this is the largest vibe coding community, the most active vibe coding community on the internet. And the way that it looks is that we are going to get GPT 5.6 on Thursday. J35, let's go, dude. Yep, 90K. Yeah, we're going to hit 90K on stream today. It's going to be awesome. So excited to hit it. Excited to hit it. I need you to take a look at the design and styling of the Bridge Code CLI and take a look at the screenshot and note that this needs to be completely redesigned. I am not a fan of the existing design and style. Review the existing approach and help me refactor it so that it is more responsive and well designed. Yeah, I mean, we literally built the initial alpha with, it was Opus 4.6. So, hey, what's possible with Fable 5 is a completely different set of things. And that's why, hey, I really do think that we will hit $1 million in the next 6 months because, hey, at this point, the productivity and what you're able to do as a singular person is off the charts. So, will GPT 5.6 come out nerfed like Fable? I don't think so. I think that with GPT 5.6, we're going to see much less guardrails. We're going to see fewer guardrails. We're going to see a way better usage limits because it is just inherently a cheaper model. OpenAI has better usage limits anyways, and I think that it does have a very good chance at being better than Fable. OpenAI is hyping this up like it's a leap, so we'll see when it comes out, but it looks very, very promising that this is going to be better than Fable 5. I think that there's a lot of issues with Fable 5, especially because it came back nerfed, because there are way too many guardrails. There's so many things that you can't do with Fable 5. I think that they just absolutely guardrailed the living daylights out of it, and really on stuff that it has no business in being guardrailed on, right? So we'll see what GPT does. And, you know, it'll all depend. Let's go check up on this, what the update did here. Hold on. So what do you guys think now? So the lightning effect is gone. This is the... What do you guys think of this? W or L in the chat. What do you guys think of the left and right here? Do you guys see this effect? And we did improve the design here, and this is what it'll look like on a larger screen size. W or L in the chat. What do you think? Jake says that Fable 5 90% of the times is flagged. A lot of people saying L on this. Lots of L's. Lots of L's. Floyd said way too much. You guys think it's way too much? Okay, lots of L's. Add in some vertical glitches. The left sidebar is longer than the right side. Okay, J35 said L. Okay, yeah. I mean, what do you guys think? Should it just be clean then? Should it be clear? What do you guys think? The alignment is off? Yeah, I noticed that as well. The alignment is off. I mean, what do you guys think? Should it be removed? It's not angled. The stars are too much. Okay, let's remove the stars too. I need you to remove the stars in the home hero. That's too much. Remove it. Okay, yeah. Do you guys just want to... Should it just be clean and clear? What do you guys think? Clean and clear? Should it just be like a clean screen? Because we also could do that. We could remove everything. We could, like, no gradients, no lightning, just this. Get started. Very clean, very clear. What does linear do? Let's look at linear real quick. Hold on. I want to look up linear and see what they're doing. Linear, because we kind of took inspiration from linear in the first place. So this is linear. So this is what they do. So if we refresh this, watch what happens. So you refresh. It has this, like, subtle animation. And then this is kind of, this is the demo for linear. So you guys see this? So... this is the inspiration that we had for our demo. And if you just go to linear.app, you can see this here. Okay. And then it's just very simple. Yeah, Fable could one-shot it. Okay. Okay, one thing that I do want to do, yeah, I don't like this look. I don't like the look. It looks like it loads slowly. What, the linear website? The glow around get started looks good. Not sure about the lightning. Add the fade in for your demo like that. I want you to add in a fade for the demo on the home hero. Review and add in a fade for the hero section respectively. I also would like a section underneath the home hero that has references to different plugins and integrations with BridgeMind. For example, Claude Code, OpenAI. I need you to cursor. I need you to actually get the real. I think that we have these logos already somewhere on the site, but I need just a very thin carousel of the different integrations that BridgeMind has. I don't drink. No, I don't drink. I don't really participate in any degenerate activities. All right, we'll do this. All right, perfect. We'll submit this. We'll do a nice fade in. Check out Cursor, Lemonade, Linear Codex sites. I think that it is getting better. Check out Super Memory animation aligns with the BridgeMind UI design. Super Memory. Okay, let's check out Super Memory. Hold on, let me get to Super Memory real quick. All right, Super Memory. All right. Super Memory. Okay, here's the Super Memory site. Interesting. I'm not as big of a fan on this one. I actually like what we have more. All right. Okay. All right, we're improving the design here. Let's open up BridgeAgent real quick. Can I start these loops? Did we fix that bug? Let's see. Sentry loop debugging. Let's click start. Okay, perfect. Okay, we did fix that bug. So this is a loop. If you guys are familiar with loops, one thing about BridgeAgent, which is really cool, is that you're able to use loops with BridgeAgent. So for example, this here that's running right now, this is a loop that literally has connections with my GitHub. It has connections with Sentry. It has connections with Cloudflare. And what this loop does is it's able to take a look at Sentry, see all the errors that are happening in production, and then automatically create PRs based off of those reviews and just loop until it's done. Will Vibecademy be free? There's probably going to be a free, like a free plan that allows you to get a feel for it. But in general, no, it's not going to be free. It's going to be similar to Codecademy. You know, I learned coding on Codecademy, and I think that if you're learning coding today, you don't need to learn syntax. You know, I learned coding when I was 17. I read the textbooks that you guys are looking at behind me. I learned on Codecademy. I have hundreds of certifications there, and literally I learned coding by just, learning how to code and writing code line by line. And if I was going to say, hey, this is how you go learn coding, it's not by learning how to code, okay? You don't need to learn how to code anymore. You need to learn the basic principles of software development and really understand the fundamentals, and then you need to understand how to use Claude Code and other coding agents. And then once you understand those things, you're off to the races. Somebody said, do you have another job or full-time vibe coding? I've been doing this full-time for about 11 months now. I've been doing BridgeMind full-time. This is my third startup. I had my last startup was a fully funded therapy platform, an online therapy platform that had investor funding, and that was the biggest experience I had. I mean, I pretty much I've been coding every day for the past about 3.5, 4 years now, and that was definitely where I got most of my experience, I would say. How does BridgeMind differ from just having Microsoft VS with a Claude Code extensions? It's completely different. Like, I would not recommend, I don't remember the last time that I used VS Code. I've been using BridgeSpace personally for the past 6 months, and I don't use anything else. Droner, thank you for the jewels. I appreciate it. First time here. Josie, what's up? How's it going? Vibecademy pricing is wrong. On one page it says free monthly and lifetime, but then when you log in, there is no free, and the pricing is different from what it says. Okay, I did update that recently, so let's thank you for the feedback. Let's cook on that. So Vibecademy UI, Vibecademy app, and then the Vibecademy API. I need you to make sure that this free plan is fully integrated and it gives users access to one of the courses in the catalog. All right. Review this feedback from a user and assist me in fixing this. All right. We're gonna drop all this in. What are the specs of my setup? Speaking of which, let's move the desk up real quick, guys. Let's knock out some push-ups. Let's get the energy going. This is a marathon stream. Okay, we only have, I guess it's about 37 hours left of Fable 5. So we're gonna cook on this. We have plenty of work to do. You guys can see the goals behind me. We're gonna go for at least 8 hours today, but I'm totally fired up. I'm just super motivated right now, so I really don't care how long we go today. All that I care about is that we get the work done and that we maximize this. Your plans on having some tool to prompt Claude Codex agents from phone on the go. So J35, we have been working on the BridgeSpace app. That is something that is going to launch with BridgeSpace 4. If you look behind me here, BridgeSpace 4 is one of the goals on our August 31st goals. I think that launch is going to be big, and that is going to include the BridgeSpace app on your phone that allows you to be able to control BridgeSpace from your phone. So I think that is going to be big. All right, let's open this up real quick. So this is working. Let's go back over here and let's launch another Claude agent. Somebody said this is hype. Let's go. I'm new to Claude Code and looking for some tips. Do you have any? 100%. So first of all, if you just watch the stream, you're going to learn a lot of tips. Second of all, one thing, and I addressed it, it was this morning in my video, we are going to get to $1 million in ARR within the next 6 months. I've decided that the time is now, and we're going to get to $1 million. And one of the products in the ecosystem that we are building out is we are building out a competitor to Codecademy, okay? So if you guys look at Vibecademy, this is the way that if you are new to vibe coding, you want to learn the basics of it, you want to learn how I do what I do, this is going to launch this week, okay? There is a free tier for this. It's currently waitlisting, but if you want to go check that out, I am going to drop a link in the chat. This is going to launch this week. So if you guys want to learn how to get started with vibe coding, that is going to launch this week. We're going to also be working on the platform a little bit today, but that's pretty big. For Bridge Code, why not update to use the latest open code features? So we're not using open code. We didn't like whole open code. We didn't just whatever. It's not a fork of open code. So all right, hold on here. All right. What's the font size you're using for the terminals? I'm not sure, but I can make it bigger if you want, but I just have it. I don't know what font size it is. Difference between VS Code with Claude and BridgeMind. I'm trying to understand if it would help me. So there's a big difference from using like an ADE, which is always going to be agent first. Okay, so if you think about BridgeMind and BridgeSpace, okay, BridgeSpace is an ADE, which is an agent development environment. Okay, it's built with agent first principles in mind, whereas VS Code is kind of the legacy. You're actually coding. Nobody like is going to be coding in 5 years. It's all going to be done through AI. So if you haven't already gotten up to that, I mean, the models that we're going to be getting this week with GPT 5.6, I also think that Fable 5 is going to remain in the subscription. Vigar said, love what you're doing. Keep it up. Thank you, man. How many times have you had Fable guardrail used? So the biggest thing with Fable, okay, is that if you don't have it related to any tasks associated with, let's say, cybersecurity or like debugging, it's going to perform very well. Like, for example, this task here, if we just do a usage, it's all going to Fable. Okay, I've spent $44 in this chat on Fable 5. I'm going to have absolutely zero issues having this get rerouted because it's not associated with any of the tasks that are going to guardrail it, right? But in things like BridgeBench, right, where we saw BridgeBench it got absolutely destroyed on BridgeBench just because there's too many guardrails. And the tasks that are in BridgeBench have tasks associated with cybersecurity. It has tasks associated with debugging. But if you use Fable 5 in an area where it's not associated with those guardrails, it's going to perform very, very well. So it is the best model in the world right now. The guardrails, in my opinion, are too much because, hey, you should be allowing people to use it for cybersecurity and for debugging. I don't think that the guardrails should be that significant, and they just are. Let's see here. So what do you guys think about this? Anything medical? No, I don't think that it's like cut off for biology. A lot of people like the music, so I'm going to leave the music on. Yeah, I did see Theo's video. I did. I saw it. And, you know, one thing that I will say is that, I mean, yeah, I'm just not going to be the type of person that is going to really, like, talk bad about people, honestly. Like, I think that I'm at the point where as BridgeMind has gotten bigger, like if you guys don't know what BridgeMind is, this is the home of the vibe coding movement. This is the largest, most active vibe coding community on the internet. And if there's anything that when I watched that, the only thing I will say, and I'm not going to talk bad about Theo because I'm not going to stoop that low, but what I saw is that it seemed like somebody trying to discredit me, to be honest with you. And that's fine, right? But I think that it would be like, if anybody knows BridgeMind, I'm not a benchmarker, right? Like, I think that BridgeMind, the biggest thing is vibe coding in public to $1 million. BridgeBench is a secondary thing that I do. And I don't know. That's just not what I want to become. So I'm not going to talk about it too much. But if anything, it's definitely been very, very motivating. So give them a look. Electron-based, but you can suss their features. What is it? Any discount codes for BridgeMind? Now, I have a few friends who I'm trying to get into vibe coding. So you can use... It's the, if you use V3 at checkout, you do get 50% off. Hardest part of running an AI business is the distribution, hence the streaming. Yeah. Yeah, Max said, good to hear that. Yeah, 100%. Do you think people will actually use Fable 5 after July 7th? I don't know, because you just spend too much money using it. So if I do /usage here, right? If I do /usage, what you're going to see is that I've spent $50 on this one chat, right? And if I'm using Fable 5 in a normal vibe coding workflow, I'll probably spend anywhere around $1,000 to $2,000 per day in like API-based credits. Now this $49, right? I'm not actually spending this $49 because I'm using a $200 subscription. But for anybody that's like vibe coding in a vibe coding workflow, running multiple agents at one time, that is running like a ton of different tasks at once, you know, you're gonna be spending more money. And when it comes to like BridgeMind, hey, one of the reasons that I'm able to vibe code like this is, first of all, I'm spending $1,000 a month, and second of all, let me just show this to you guys because I think it's important as well. If I go to, you know, my Stripe dashboard, okay, BridgeMind over the last 12 months just from Stripe. All right, we've brought in $95,000 in gross volume. Okay, the MRR looks like this. It's an absolute rocket. And we're now making $19,000 a month. Okay, so like just to put that into perspective, hey, we have the capital to be able to spend on, for example, we can spend quite a bit of money on what happened to the music? Let me get the music back on credits, right? So I'll spend, you know, $1,000, no problem. Per month, but $1,000 a day, that's not doable. And it would be about $1,000 to $2,000 a day if I was just using Fable 5 via API credits. It would cost way too much. But that's just, I mean, nobody's going to be using this unless you're like an organization. Can you offer an additional limited Fable 5 discount code? I cannot, no, because I don't control that. How much is your AI cost per month? It's $1,000 a month, but a couple people are asking for discount codes in the chat. So I don't do this all the time. It goes pretty fast, but I will create a discount code for anybody that's interested in trying out BridgeMind. So let me just pull up coupons real quick in Stripe, and I'll let you guys, anybody that wants a discount on BridgeMind, you can go to bridgemind.ai. This is going to be the day 203 discount, and we'll do 65% off, and this is going to apply to the Ultra plan. Okay, this will apply to the basic plan, and then this will also apply to the Pro plan. So anybody that, and it's going to be forever. So 65% off forever. If you lock this in, you will get 65% off forever, and this is going to be code day 203. And yeah, anybody that, a couple people are asking for a discount code. So here's the discount code, 65% off. I'll drop this in the chat, but go check it out at bridgemind.ai. Here's day 203 is the discount code. I have the highest discount code to date. Yeah, let's go. $30,000 a month on Fable would be crazy. Exactly. Yeah, it's just not doable realistically for people that are, you know, have budgets. You know, hey, I'm making that much money, and I'm still not going to be using Fable via API credits. I don't think that anybody is, and that's why, hey, I think that OpenAI has a massive opportunity to be able to do something that's going to be a lot better, which is, hey, they're going to have something included in subscriptions. They're not going to keep rug pulling us, and I think that's a big sell point for OpenAI is that, hey, you're getting the model. It's going to be in subscription. They're not going to play with you. I do feel like Anthropic is kind of just mistreating their users. I am a huge Anthropic user, and I will continue to use Anthropic, and Anthropic is going to continue to be what I use. But the biggest problem with it is that they're kind of pulling us around, to be honest with you guys. So that's one thing that I don't like. Let me screenshot this real quick, and this needs to be updated. It's like dark down here. I need you to review this and help me make this so that it's not dark down here at the bottom. Okay, but check this out, guys. We're going to be doing the BridgeBench v3 here. So this is the column for the UI votes, okay? So season, task ID, artifact A, artifact B, pair key, winner, user ID, created at. Okay, J35 said, I'm waiting for the phone ring. Let's go, J35. How does usage work within BridgeMind? I have a Pro. Sometimes I feel like I'm using a lot. Other times it seems like I'm not. What is the biggest usage from? The biggest usage is, check this out. So this is the BridgeAgent. So if you guys haven't seen this, this is, hold on, let me fix something real quick. Okay, so check this out. So this is the agent. Watch this. Hey there, Bridge. Would you open up 4 Codex agents in this workspace?
Sure. Let me spin those up for this workspace. They're still starting up. If it stalls, I can retry.
Okay, no, they're all started up. I now want you to have all of these agents do a complete in-depth review of BridgeBench and take note of the new BridgeBench v3 and help me start to brainstorm the new benchmarks for BridgeBench v3, like a new debugging benchmark, a new hallucination benchmark, a new reasoning benchmark, and then also review the open source directory that we've created. And note that we do want to make sure that this is very well organized and very readable and scalable. Because it's open source, more people will see it. We want to make sure that it has specific subdirectories like debugging, hallucination, refactoring, reasoning, game development. Do a complete in-depth review and prompt each of these agents to do this review, to not update any code, but just report back their findings.
Got it. I'll set them up to review and report, not edit.
Okay, so yeah, so this is Bridge here. What do you think? What do you get in BridgeMind Ultra? Can you use good models a lot? So the biggest thing that you're going to get with Bridge Ultra is this orchestration agent here. So this orchestration agent, not only does it prompt the agent, but it literally has the context of the code base. So watch this.
Reviewing and reporting findings only.
So if you look
I'll
at
flag anything that needs your decision.
Okay, so this is the Bridge orchestration agent, and what you guys can see here is that basically it took in the entire context of the code base, and you can see that it actually gave it a system prompt. So it took what I asked of it, and then it gave it a system prompt based off of what I asked of it. So it's very, very nice. And you can just click this toggle at the top here, and that's what gives it access. How is Bridge responding so fast? So it does use GPT real-time, and GPT real-time is very good. It definitely is. It's more expensive than the Grok voice agent, but I will say it is better in my opinion. Let me do one thing. I can't believe, how am I not in YOLO mode? Hold on, I don't even have YOLO mode turned on. YOLO. I need you to toggle on the YOLO mode in my codex configuration. Hold on. Let's paste this one over here. All right. Is there any active AI you can recommend other than Fable 5? I think that, I mean, Fable 5 is definitely the best right now, but hey, we're about to lose it. That's why, hey, today's a marathon stream. We have a lot of work to do, and we're going to be making the most of it. But, you know, it's going to be Fable 5 for a little bit. We'll see how GPT 5.6 is on Thursday. I think that that's going to be huge. We're going to have a huge release stream. Can't you make like a future approved benchmark, like something where we need like Fable 6 or something would be very interesting? What do you mean? What do you mean? What are your infrastructure costs with the IDE? Only $1,500. Yeah, $1,500 is the infrastructure cost right now. And they are gunning for my env files here. Okay. Okay, let's go over here. So this one is working on that free tier for Vibecademy. Let's go over to this one as well. And I am going to drop in the Vibecademy app. I need you to note that Vibecademy is launching very soon, and we need to make sure that this is launch ready. Would you do a complete review and report back to me your findings for things that need to be done before we launch? All right, I'm going to drop this in. I'm going to drop in the Vibecademy API as well. And I'm also going to drop in the Vibecademy UI. And I am going to put it in plan mode, okay? I just joined the stream. Looks really cool. Can you give me a brief rundown of what you are working on? Yeah. So first of all, what we're working on is BridgeMind. BridgeMind is a vibe coding ecosystem. And with BridgeMind, under one subscription, you get access to all the tools that you need to be able to vibe code successfully. So with BridgeMind, you get access to the tool that I'm using right now, which is BridgeSpace. Okay, this is available on Mac, Windows, and Linux. And this is what I'm using right now to vibe code. Okay, so that's one of the tools. The second tool that I'm using is BridgeVoice. Okay, and with BridgeVoice, this is a voice-to-text tool that comes with your BridgeMind subscription if you do have BridgeMind Pro. And this is similar to WhisperFlow. In my opinion, it's just as good as WhisperFlow. I think voice-to-text tools are to some extent a commodity. You can choose between local models, like right now I'm using Parakeet v3, and you can also use cloud models that are a little bit more accurate, like Whisper v3. Okay, so I can switch over this cloud model. This one's going to be a little bit more accurate. Okay, but that's BridgeVoice. And then there's also BridgeAgent. If we go back over to BridgeAgent, we actually have a loop running right now. And this loop here is literally looking at errors that are happening in Sentry. It's looking at the code in GitHub, and then it's autonomously able to patch the errors and ship the code after doing testing. And this is a loop that I've constructed that I'm using BridgeAgent for. And this is currently in like beta. You could honestly, it should have been alpha, but this is very early on for this product as well. Ryu, what's up, man? How's it going? What do you use for your backend? What language and database? So I'm using Nest.js for the API. I'm using Next.js for the front end, and I'm using Postgres for the database, and it's all built on AWS infrastructure. Your BridgeMind notifications keep making me think they are mine. Yeah. 1,500 for infrastructure actually is pretty low for AWS. Now, I would recommend that you do other platforms for infrastructure if you're starting out. The reason that I use AWS is because I've used AWS a lot in the past, and it's just a little bit more enterprise grade. It has a lot more on the platform, where instead of, I don't like it when I have to have like, hey, my API is on Railway and then my front end's hosted on Vercel. Like, I'd rather just use AWS for everything. I use it for my database. I use it for the API. I use it for my front end. I use ECS, okay, for my backends. I used RDS for my databases, and then I use Amplify for the Next.js front ends. Yeah, DigitalOcean is very cheap. You have any meetings for real beta testers? Yeah, so we do have beta testers on the platform now, and they're all testing out. One thing that we're going to be working on a little bit today is missions.
Nice. Missions sound fun.
All right, shut up. All right, yes, proceed. Yeah. Okay. All right. And this. All right. Yeah, honestly, I would not recommend using AWS. Do you have any prior knowledge about coding and languages for working on this level? So I started out writing code line by line. That's how I started. And, you know, over time, as vibe coding continuously got better and better, we kind of migrated over to vibe coding. And pretty much my approach to it is very early on, I did see that vibe coding was going to be the future of software development. So I went all in on vibe coding very early on. And I got very good at it. So I can manage all these agents at once just because I know what's going on. I know what they're doing. I know what each model is capable of. All right, hold on. Do I like Rust? I do, yes. A friend of mine just got an annual Ultra plan, sent it to a few others. Let's go, dude. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's awesome. All right. Let's go over here. Yeah, so for example, this is what like the Stripe dashboard looks like. So today so far we've made $699. And I mean, typically I make about $2,000 a day if I stream, or anywhere around there, $1,500 to $2,000. Thank you, Andy. How hard do you think it would be to make something similar to Sora 2 with Claude from scratch? You mean like a video generation model? Yeah, I haven't tried Sakana Fugu yet. I don't think that Sakana is very good. I think it's kind of like false marketing. I don't think that by combining a bunch of Chinese models, you really get, you know, some crazy good model. Will programming die in 2 years? No, because it's just going to migrate to AI-driven software development, and it really already has. Okay. All right, let's see this. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Okay. All right, so this is what the home hero is looking like right now. So do you guys think that this is just too much going on? Like on the side here? I actually kind of think it's cool. I would like it for it to be aligned though. It is a lot going on, but it is cool. Would you fix the alignment of the animations on the left and right so that they are in line with each other? Are you doing triathlon training? I am, yes. Okay. Which microphone do you use? Sounds pretty okay. I do use a, it's a Shure mic. It's a Shure microphone. It's solid. I dim it a bit on the sides, that's all. Is GPT 5.6 dropping tomorrow? So I don't think that it's going to be dropping tomorrow. And if you guys are familiar with BridgeMind, okay, this is the home of the vibe coding movement. Make sure you join the Discord if you haven't already. But this is the largest vibe coding community, the most active, and the community is expecting GPT 5.6 to launch on Thursday. Okay, it's possible that we could get it tomorrow. Polymarket is a great way to look, great place to look. The OpenAI team is all hyping up the model. They say that it's going to be a crazy leap. They think that it's going to beat Fable. So we're very excited about this model, especially with Anthropic kind of playing games with us and stuff, kind of nerfing the model, guardrailing it significantly. I don't think that OpenAI is going to play the same games. Yeah, Alex, it is that mic, yeah. But we'll see. We'll see. I think that they're going to come out of nowhere. I think that they're going to crush it with this model, it looks like. So how do you grow on X? You just are consistent. Anything that you do, you just be consistent. I do talk about, you know, the strategy on just organic marketing in general that I tell people is you have to understand when it comes to organic marketing, you have to understand what are people searching for, and you also have to understand keywords. And then you need to know what trending topics there currently are. So right now, the GPT 5.6 launch is a trending topic. The Fable 5 return is a trending topic. And then what's the best model is always a trending topic in vibe coding. And then what you need to do is you need to figure out what narratives you can build with your brand and with your product suite around what people are actually searching for. Because if you go on X and you start talking about your products, most of the time people just really aren't going to care much about your products unless you really have a big presence. But if you're starting from scratch, you really do need to do a good job with that marketing. Sam's calling. There's a small visual bug on the BridgeMind homepage with the demo app BridgeSwarm coordinator boxes clipped top left. Honestly, speaking of this, of BridgeSwarm, so I want to launch a BridgeSwarm real quick. And what I want to do, let's CD over into desktop. Let's CD over into BridgeMind. Let's CD over into BridgeSpace. And what I want to do here is I want to create a new Remotion demo video for BridgeSwarm. You can reference the BridgeSpace Remotion video that's on the landing page for reference that is in the BridgeSpace Tari directory. And I need you to create a reformatted BridgeSwarm demo video that is a digital twin of BridgeSwarm and how it actually works. You can use the BridgeSpace Remotion video as reference that's in the landing page and help me construct a similar marketing video for BridgeSwarm specifically that is similar to the BridgeSpace Remotion video but shorter, make it 45 seconds long, include the music. Okay, so I'm gonna submit this prompt here, okay? And then I'm going to CD into this. We are going to add a couple directories. We're going to add BridgeMind UI, and then we're also going to add BridgeSpace Tari. And I'm not going to add in any context, but we are going to use, I want to use Codex as the coordinator. Okay, so we're going to use Codex as the coordinator. And then we're going to just use one builder. So we're just going to use one coordinator with Codex and then one builder with Claude. This is going to use Fable 5. So we want Fable 5 building it. And this is just going to be a 2-agent swarm. And let's launch this swarm. So Codex is now going to communicate with the Fable 5 agent that's going to build it. And we'll be able to see them communicate with one another in these terminals here. So this is BridgeSwarm for anybody wondering. But this is the mission. So I'm just going to rename this here to BridgeSwarm marketing video. Yeah, I think that Remotion videos are very good. The embedded terminal in the workspace is very cool. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. All right, so these are working now. That looks fine. Those will be done. Let's go back over to this workspace here. Yes, proceed. Yes, 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 yes. All right, looks good. So does your app have to be designed for devs? Yes. What's the scheme of the memory or what they share to coordinate? So they do use... it's called the swarm board is the approach that we take. Okay, this one's done. I need you to run npm run build and run the test suite in the API and fix any failing tests. And then we need to get all the code committed to GitHub respectively, get all the updates deployed. Fable 5 will be available tomorrow too, or today it's over. So it's available until tomorrow at, what time is it? 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? How do I come up with names? I don't know. I just kind of do what I like. Isn't there a danger of security vulnerabilities with vibe-coded apps? What are you going to do against that? So people kind of like fall into this misconception that like, hey, like these vibe-coded apps just have absolutely no security. If you do know what you're doing with cybersecurity and you understand the best practices, you can do a good job with cybersecurity. You know, hey, out of the box, if you have no idea how cybersecurity works, you're probably going to struggle. But I wouldn't let that stop you. How can I get this app? Sebastian just asked. You can go to BridgeMind.ai. Yeah, I do just put bridge in front of it. My Fable 5 resets Wednesday at 7 a.m. Yeah, let's check my usage right now on this Fable 5. So I'm at 50% of my session usage, 26%. So I'm probably gonna have to buy another Claude subscription here soon. Eper said that I actually managed to prevent a lot of vulnerabilities in my apps using AI. All right, let's go. I vibe code, but I feel like half the time I never know what you are saying. Please give me advice on how to learn this technical stuff. So for anybody that does want to learn vibe coding, I made a video about this morning, but we do have Vibecademy, which is going to be launching this week. Okay, so Vibecademy.ai, we've been waitlisting for this for a while, and we are gearing up to launch this. And this is, you know, I learned on Codecademy and also by learning like just from reading raw textbooks, but you really don't need to learn how to code anymore. What you really need to understand is you need to understand fundamentals, and then you need to understand how to use the coding agents to be able to actually write the code. So I haven't written a line of code in years, and I haven't read a line of code, like reviewed it, in years, okay? And I've been able to build multiple SaaS companies that have done fairly well, including BridgeMind, which is now, you know, over 200,000 in ARR. And, you know, if you think that you can't code a real application and make money from AI, you are behind the times. At BridgeMind, we do project sharing events every week. We had one on Thursday, and there was a co-host. His name's Isaac, but he's a member of the BridgeMind community, and he just launched his app. It was out like 3 weeks ago now, and they've already generated, I think he said $16,000 in their first like 2 weeks. So, you know, he literally came on a project sharing event before he launched. He shared his project that's completely vibe coded, and then he made, you know, $16,000. So, you know, there are a ton of success stories in the BridgeMind community, and if you guys haven't already started vibe coding, I highly recommend that you start, because this is definitely, it's like a new gold rush, basically. What's the fastest way to ship an app from the PRD stage? I mean, once you know what you want to build, it's very easy to build it, okay? And especially with these new models, it's like every single month as the models get better, literally what's possible goes up significantly. Like, you know, what you can do with Fable 5 is completely different than what you could do with a legacy model, okay? And it's going to continuously get better and better and better and better to the point where, you know, people that are non-technical in any way, shape, or form are able to make millions of dollars through coding. We've already are starting to see that, and it's not really a debate anymore. Vibe coding is the future. So let's launch Bridge Code here, and oh man, so this is one thing that we were updating, and I think that it did do a better job of like the menu and stuff, but I actually liked what we had before. Okay. I liked what we had before, where Bridge Code showed as a nice art and it was centered and stuff. That looked nice. Now look at the screenshot. It doesn't look as good. Yeah, I don't like that as much. Somebody said, have you tried using Fable 5 plus GPT 5.5 combo? So I actually am using that literally right now in BridgeSwarm. Let me show this to you, and I'll show you how it works. So literally, I just gave a prompt, and I launched it in BridgeSwarm, and I have a coordinator. The coordinator is GPT-5, okay? So the coordinator is GPT 5.5. We can literally see them interact with one another. If you go to this chat, you can see that the coordinator is passing off tasks to the builder. If we go behind the scenes, you can see what's going behind the scenes right now. You can see that GPT 5.5 is right here, and this is the coordinator, and then Fable 5 running right here. This is the actual builder that's building out the Remotion video. So that's just, for example, one way that you can use BridgeSwarm. How do you break models out of that AI design trait while functional? A lot of AI designed things look similar. Yeah, so that's one thing that we were dealing with this past week. As the models get better, we're starting to see, like, for example, hey, here's the landing page that we now have. If you look at this, you guys can let me know what you think, but this is a full interactable demo now of BridgeSpace that you can interact with to see how BridgeSpace actually works. And we built this using Fable 5, right? So this looks good too. Nice. So now all these, this is perfect. And then we built these Remotion videos. Probable spans that I asked 2 Fable 5 prompts and I run out of credits by the third question. Yeah, I mean, if you have a $20 pro plan, you're not going to get very far using Fable 5. Okay. I do like the look of this, guys. So let's go back over here. Okay, good work. I now want you to run npm run build and to commit all local changes in this repository to GitHub, respectively. How do you prompt for this good of UI and UX? So we literally did this in the last stream. We made huge updates using Fable 5, and if you guys just watch along, you'll learn how to do it. But I also will be launching Vibecademy this week. We are going to be hitting $1 million in the next 6 months. Current ARR is at, let's just do a quick Stripe revenue check. Let's go over here. Let's see where we're at. All right, so today, so far, we're at $734 today. Let's go to the main. Let's see what the MRR is at. So we're at $19,136 in MRR. We have 680 active subscribers. And I'm telling you guys, this is going to go up significantly. We are going to hit $1 million in the next 6 months. And Vibecademy is going to launch this week. Somebody said they're already on 100% weekly Fable usage with a $100 max plan. Yeah, that sounds... Yeah, GLM is not as good as Fable. I'm about to subscribe to BridgeMind Pro. Any discount codes? I'm going yearly. Use the V3. Literally just capital V3 will get you 50% off if you want to do that. Capital V3. Okay. Maybe a really limited free thing is good. I mean, for Vibecademy, we're going to have a free tier, but that's different than, like with BridgeMind, you get AI credits and stuff. And when you don't do like free trials and stuff, you kind of weed out people that are gonna abuse like your free plan and stuff. So just like one thing to think through. I've used 2 max accounts 100% already. Yeah, I'm on my 3rd. I'm about to max out my 3rd account, and honestly, I'll just buy another subscription. Will Vibecademy cover Git and organizing your projects? That would be a great help from a beginner standpoint. Yeah, it's going to be very beginner to start, and then it's going to get more and more advanced as Vibecademy gets bigger and bigger. So Vibecademy is going to launch this week, and it's going to be very beginner level, okay? And, you know, as we grow, it's going to get more and more advanced. I'm going to start teaching the more advanced concepts that, you know, we use every single day at BridgeMind. But right now we're actually working on Vibecademy with these 2 agents, getting ready for the release. And you guys will see that as we work on it. But hold on, let me launch this. Let's go over to Vibecademy UI here, and I'll show you guys how this looks. Let's run this. All right, check this out. So here is the updates that are shipping out right now. And then this is a remotion video that we made. I want to see this. This remotion video isn't great, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of this. Yeah, I'd like to improve this, but this is what the platform does look like. That actually looks kind of nice. That demo there. This is what the platform looks like as well. I don't like some of the wording and stuff, but this is a remotion video. Okay. And really my goal here is to compete with Codecademy. Because Codecademy is going to be redundant if they don't transition to AI-driven development and vibe coding. I think that they'll just be redundant. It'll happen within like the next year. Multiple accounts are not against Anthropic's terms of service. Just so you guys know. A lot of people said that. It's not. Okay, Pavel said, do you think that Fable 5 will get back to subscriptions, or GPT 5.6 will follow pattern and going to be behind API? So I don't think that that Fable 5 will be off subscriptions for long. I think that OpenAI, I don't use GPT 5.5. I don't think that it's anywhere close to Fable 5. So I'm using Fable 5, obviously. But one thing I will say is that with GPT 5.6, what's going to happen is GPT 5.6 is going to be so good that nobody is going to be using Opus 4.8. If Fable 5 doesn't come back on subscriptions like very fast, then Anthropic will just like lose all their subscribers. Because, for example, hey, right now I have 3 Claude Max subscriptions. As soon as Fable 5 gets removed, I'm cutting all of them. And I'm going to use GPT 5.6, okay? Because GPT 5.6 is going to be way better than Opus 4.8. So that's just like one thing that's like, hey, if you look at it practically, okay, Anthropic is not going to keep Fable 5 out of subscriptions for long. They literally can't afford to, okay? So for those of you that are wondering, like, hey, what's going to happen with Fable 5? They've already acknowledged that as soon as they have the compute, it's going to come back. And really that's a roundabout saying of, oh, as soon as we start getting absolutely obliterated by OpenAI's GPT 5.6, it'll come back, right? And I don't know, like, I mean, there have been Anthropic models that have been way more expensive than Fable 5. Like, if you guys remember Opus 4.1, okay, Opus 4.1 was way more expensive. And Eber said, you are a hero, I will do the same. Yeah, I mean, I would just say, hey, everybody in the BridgeMind community, as soon as we get GPT 5.6, everybody just cut your Anthropic subscriptions, make them feel the pain, right? Make them feel the pain, and they'll add it back, right? And I think that that's one thing that it's like, hey, BridgeMind is the home of the vibe coding movement, and what we're gonna do, if anybody from Anthropic is watching, as soon as Fable 5 gets removed in GPT 5.6, we're all moving to GPT 5.6, okay? So that's like, when you look at it from that perspective, it's like, I think that you can look at it and be like, okay, Anthropic is gonna IPO this year. I don't think that they're gonna keep Fable 5 off subscriptions for very long. Alex said, do you think big companies are swapping between models like we are? Yeah, I mean, I think that there's no way that people don't care about brands, right? Like, I don't care about using Anthropic just because they're Anthropic, right? I use Anthropic because right now Anthropic has the best model. As soon as OpenAI has a better model, I'm immediately transitioning to OpenAI. Like, it's not even a question on my mind. I immediately move to it. It's not even a thing, right? So, you know, that's definitely something to make sure that you guys know of. Gemini 3.5 will be a Fable level model, but will be either more expensive or token hungry or dumb. Yeah, I mean, I think that with Google, they have a lot to do. That's for sure. They are way behind in the race, and I am excited for Gemini 3.5 Pro because I think that it has huge potential. With that said, they're so far behind right now that you just don't know if they're going to be able to actually catch up. But we haven't had a frontier model get released from Google since February of this year. So Gemini 3.5 is already here, but not Gemini 3.5 Pro. They released Gemini 3.5 Flash. They held back on Gemini 3.5 Pro. Most likely, Gemini 3.5 Pro is actually going to be a very good model. I wouldn't doubt them too much. It's Google, but they have performed very, very poorly, which has been surprising. That's for sure. All right, let's go over here. All right, let's sign in. Okay, looks like we need to restart this. Okay, this is gonna restart, perfect. Okay, so this is the flow that we've built for, this is the bridge code auth flow. Okay, so we can authorize this. It's gonna redirect back. And if we go back over to this workspace, you can see bridge code right here. So this looks good, okay? So let's expand this real quick, and let's see what Fable 5 was able to do in terms of the models and selecting that. So let's do OpenAI. Now this is outdated. So if you guys look at this, you guys see how GPT 5.5 is not available. We need to make sure that, for example, GPT 5.5 is available. One way that I'll do this is bridge code is built from scratch. But when I do look at things like being able to pull in the latest, I always reference another project. So BridgeAgent does use it. I need you to reference BridgeAgent and take a look at the latest models there and how the model selectors are being updated. For example, OpenAI now offers a new model, GPT 5.5. I need you in bridge code to update it to make sure that it has the ability to select the latest models and then also change the effort levels respectively. Review this and update accordingly. Okay. And then we're going to drop in bridge code. And with bridge code, you can use your OpenAI subscription. So I'm about to show you guys this in a second. What is the point of Sonnet 5? So Sonnet 5, it was a bad release from Anthropic. Their tokenizer is a complete mess. If you guys are familiar with the release from Tuesday, Sonnet 5, super big flop. The problem is that like Sonnet models are supposed to bring you two things, okay? They're supposed to be more efficient and they're all supposed to be faster, okay? And the problem with Sonnet is that, I mean, it is like a decent model, but there's no point in using it because if you go to Sonnet 5, look at this. So right now on Anthropic, it's running at 56 tokens per second, okay? So 56 tokens per second. And then if we look at Opus 4.8, we can look at Opus 4.8, and it's running at 50 tokens per second, right? So Sonnet 5 only runs 8 tokens per second faster than like Opus 4.8. So you don't really have much speed efficiency there. And then if you look at a really good benchmark, it's called Cursor Bench, okay? So let me go to Cursor Bench here and check this out, guys. So this is Cursor Bench 3.1. And if we just sort this by tokens, you can see Sonnet 5 Max uses 93,000 tokens. It costs $6.87 per task, which is only 72 cents cheaper than Opus 4.8. So it's not really that much more affordable and it's not faster. So there's really no point, in my opinion, to really be using it, right? Because it's, hey, Sonnet models are supposed to be faster, less expensive, and you know, you don't have any of those things. So when is the estimated bridge code release? Very soon. We'll ship it out in alpha potentially today. Can BridgeAgent use Claude Code subscription or only Codex? It can only use Codex because they don't allow you to use Anthropic, unfortunately. You'll get banned. So GPT 5.6 means nothing. The question is if Sol will be on subscription. Terra and Luna are DOA. So Sol is going to be on subscription. It has been confirmed. It has been confirmed. Somebody said, I like to watch these live streams pretending I know what you're talking about. Well, you just got to watch a little bit and you'll learn. I highly recommend that you guys do learn this space. You know, I started vibe coding in my college dorm room, and this really is the future of software development. It's kind of like AI is the great leveling. It just has completely leveled the playing field. So yeah. Let's see here. So my usage here on Fable 5, 71% used on the 5-hour, 30% used on the weekly. So we are about to hit our limits. I may just buy another subscription, but I'll literally have to set up another account, and that'll be my 4th account. That's a lot of Anthropic accounts. Mr. Bigglesworth said, been here every day for about a month and feel elevated in my projects tenfold. Let's go, dude. He said, learned a lot here. Thank you, man. That's awesome. Somebody said we're getting 5.6 sold tomorrow. It may be tomorrow. It may be Thursday. I think that Thursday is actually more likely. If we look at Polymarket, let's take a look at where Polymarket is currently at. Tomorrow is at 13%. Thursday is 61%. So right now, Thursday looks a little bit more likely, to be honest with you, but we'll see. We'll see. Only 30 plus hours left of Fable. Buying another 20x would be too much and perhaps cost ineffective. Yeah, I do still have, actually, you know what I'll do? I think I have a Droid subscription, and I'm pretty sure Droid has Fable 5. Let's see. Model, yeah, Fable 5, 4x, yeah, 4x. Okay, so we'll use Droid for a bit, but I'll probably max out my subscription pretty quickly here. Open for purchase. All right. Perfect. All right, this looks fine. All right, let's go back over here. This one is updating, so we're going to start using bridge code in a second. Now, with this, I think that I have... Let's just set up a new preset real quick. So I'm going to do 4 sessions. This is going to be bridge code, and this will be testing bridge code, okay? So we'll CD over into desktop, and we'll CD into BridgeMind. And then let's go into... we're going to do a custom command, okay? And it's just going to be bridge code local. Okay, that launches bridge code in the local form. We'll save this, and we can launch 4 terminals here, and they're all going to be bridge code. Oh, wait, I only did 1. Authorize. All right, perfect. Okay, one thing that needs to be fixed. After I authenticate in one, it needs to make sure that I'm authenticated in all of them. So let's prompt it real quickly here. I need you to look at the bridge code code and note that we need to make sure that once I authenticate once, that all sessions, once I launch Bridge Code again, that those sessions that I launch on my machine will be authenticated as well. Review the auth. So guys, this is one thing that'll probably be blocked. We'll see if this gets blocked. Yeah, we'll see if this gets blocked. And note that we need to make sure that it does authenticate all the sessions once I authenticate once. Okay. We'll see. Downtown Darius, let's go. Appreciate it, man. Also, guys, did we hit 90,000 yet? Let's do a quick check here. Oh, wow. No way. Literally perfect timing. Look at this, guys. We did just hit 90,000 subscribers. We're at 90,000. Let's go. Let's go, chat. All right, so we're only 10,000 away from 100K now. 100,000 subscribers. Vtox over on Twitch, thank you, man. Neural, thank you. Steve, thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah, W's in the chat. 90,000 subscribers. That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, so we just hit 90,000. Honestly, you know what we need? Now that we have 90,000, I think that we should make an OBS. We already have one, but let's go over here. Let's go, guys. Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna stop anytime soon now, guys. I mean, I'm very motivated right now. You guys are gonna see me work quite a bit. I'm very, very motivated right now. Your motivation will ebb and flow, but yeah, I mean, when people hate on me and, you know, drag my name through the mud, you're just gonna motivate me, to be honest with you. So I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, let's I want you to note that we want to create a new OBS overlay that is a live subscription or BridgeMind subscriber counter. Would you review the bomb overlay and note that we want to create a similar overlay that is able to be a live tracker of BridgeMind subscribers? Help me create this overlay respectively. All right, for 90,000 subscribers, we're going to drop a 90 bomb, chat. Do you guys think we can do a 90 bomb? All right, let's submit this. Yeah, what do you guys think? 90 bomb? W's in the chat if you guys want to see me do a 90 bomb. All right. 90 bomb. 90 bomb. Are we doing a 90 bomb, chat? Let me know. All right, this one looks fine. I think 90 bomb. I think that would be the BridgeMind record. I don't think we've ever hit a 90 bomb before. Hold on. Let's see what we can do here, chat. Let's see if we can do it. I think that we could do it. Let's hold on. If I'm doing a 90 bomb, you guys got to do at least a 10 bomb, okay? All right, you guys ready? All right, 90 bomb. 90 bomb for 90,000 subscribers. It's a 1 bomb for every sub. Let's go. Let's go, chat. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 90. Woo. Let's go, chat. And look at this. Straight out of the gallon jug. Let's go. Yeah, we're gonna 100 bomb is incoming, guys. Let's go. I really just don't care anymore. I just want to work. All right, let's see what this one does. This looks good. This one looks good as well. What's the best, most efficient way to vibe code without burning a lot of money? I mean, there are free ways to vibe code. Like some subscriptions, like have ways that you can integrate with, like GLM for free, Kimi for free. Yeah, open code would be a way. Okay. Let's go back over here to our bridge code. And what we want to see now is kind of log out. Sign out. There needs to be a way to sign out. There needs to be a way to sign out of bridge code and then sign in. Okay. Okay, let's go over here. This looks good. Okay, let's see if this did deploy. Let's go to Vibecademy. Okay, perfect. All right, so this is, we did just deploy this update to Vibecademy, okay? So if you guys go here, okay, you can sign up. Okay, perfect. Nice. So if you guys want to sign up for the Vibecademy waitlist, you can now do so. There are currently 265 builders in the waitlist. Kimi K 2.7, Denny, is better than Minimax M3 and Quen. I mean, Minimax is better, like, is cheaper and stuff. Best wishes on your B-Day. Good job on the 90. Even better job on outclassing the haters. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, my perspective on it is, especially as BridgeMind gets bigger, you know, I really just want to become a person that is uplifting of others. And, you know, that's why I try to do with, like, the project sharing events and just being encouraging of everyone. Because in my opinion, if you're trying to do something great, you're a winner, right? And it doesn't matter the outcome. If you're the man in the arena, you're a winner. So just wake up and give it your absolute best. And I think that somebody asked me what I thought about the Theo stuff. And it's like, I mean, I was watching it. I even, like, showed my family. And I was like, man, like, Theo's Theo. I'm not going to literally say anything about him. I'm not going to hate on him, discredit him or anything. But it really did seem to me like he was just trying to discredit BridgeMind. You know? Like maliciously, almost. So it was just interesting for me to see. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Noted. Because, yeah, just noted. And I'm the type of person that, hey, if you bash me and you discredit me, you do whatever, right? It's just going to motivate me to be even better. And it's going to motivate me to work even harder. And I hope that for all of you guys, like, if you guys have haters, if you have people that are doubting, heck, it could be your own family that's doubting you. and hating on you, telling you that you can't do something. It could be your friend. It could be anyone, right? Like in my case, it's people on the internet, right? People hating and stuff. And it's like, you just gotta block it out, stay in your lane, and just make sure that you never stoop that low, that you're hating on other people. You know, when I was smaller, I used to say things about certain people and say, this person's that. I don't want to do any of that anymore, because honestly, it makes you look really, really like a jerk, especially if you're big. So you guys aren't going to hear me say anything bad about anybody, because I think that it's a bad look. And ultimately, you just have to wish good on other people. And if somebody bashes you, just turn the other cheek and, you know, just take it with a smile on your face and say, I'm not going to be like that, and move on. You know, so I hope that you guys, you know, try to be positive towards other people, try to be uplifting of other people, because, you know, really when you're not, I don't think that it's good for you. It makes you toxic. Okay. So, you know, early in my trajectory, okay. Yeah. No warden said kill them with kindness, 100%. Like early in my journey, I had a bunch of doubters. Okay. I had a bunch of haters. I didn't have haters on the internet like I do now. But, you know, I told my family, I was like, hey, I'm going to do this on the internet. And they didn't picture it, right? They didn't know that, you know, BridgeMind would turn out the way that it did, right? Nobody did. And, you know, hey, BridgeMind played out in a good way because of just sheer consistency. And that's what I want all of you guys to know, is just like, be positive, be uplifting for others. And, you know, that's all there is to it. And we do like the project sharing events and stuff. How cool is that we can get together as a community and all support one another, lift each other up, encourage one another. And that's what this community is all about, okay? We don't want this community to turn into like a toxic, like slop garbage, you know? And it's like, let's just be uplifting of others. And like, that's just going to be a rule that we're going to make in the community, and to just really, just uplift other people, you know, period. Okay. This looks good. This is building out the sub counter. AI can't replace community, 100%. And then, yeah, I mean, and now on the Theo stuff, like, I was watching it and it was just like, it just totally came across as somebody that was trying to discredit me as a, like, completely. And it, like, he called me like a benchmarker. Like, BridgeMind is not, I'm not a benchmarker, okay? And I just thought it was just interesting to see. And I'm not going to talk about it anymore, just so you guys know. But all you guys need to know is that we're going to work even harder, okay? We're going to double, triple, quadruple down, baby. All right? Let's go. Can we get a Bridge Inspire system? Yeah. Yeah, 100% Stain. All right. All right, let's go over here. All right. All right, so the logout functionality is built. Let's go over there. All right. Let's go over here and let's see if this logout functionality is built. So I'm going to launch Bridge Code local, and let's see here. Let's sign in. All right. All right, signed in, but this build could not issue the license. Okay, it looks like we broke something. Update or reinstall Bridge Code. I don't like that. Hold on, let's try running it over here. All right. All right, let's go over here. Sign in. All right, hold up. Why am I so positive? I think that being positive is better than being negative. It can help you a lot, because there's too much negativity going around in general. So, all right, let's copy this. Why can I no longer sign in, review this, and help me fix this and get it working correctly? All right. All right, this looks good. Okay. I want to go over here and grab the... I mean, it looks like it's working. It's just that it's not setting the token correctly. Let's drop this in. Okay. This one looks fine. Let's go over here. All right. So the problem right now is I sign in correctly and we get signed in, but this build cannot verify the issued license. CLI was built without an embedded license public key. Okay. Somebody said, when did I start taking the channel seriously? Probably, like, honestly, the first week that I started, I knew that I was going to go somewhere. I could just feel it, and it was just a good fit for me personally. So I went on all in on it, like, very early on. And at the end of the day, like, hey, consistency is the key. So, and then on BridgeBench, just so you guys know, like, this is the thing with benchmarks that I definitely will say, like, I've figured out by doing BridgeBench just in the first place. So if you look at BridgeBench, I just want to say one thing, okay? Just because a model is better does not necessarily mean that it outperforms in all key categories. So for example, okay, Grok 4.3 is one of the best models when it comes down to hallucination. Now, does this mean that you should be using Grok 4.3? No, I don't use Grok 4.3 in my workflow. But should you know that Grok 4.3 has a very low hallucination rate? Yes, you should. And this hallucination rate, like, look at this. So Grok 4.3 is right here, right? If you look at artificial analysis, okay, this is literally verified by other benchmarks as well, okay? And we are going to be working on BridgeBench v3. It's going to be open source. I think that there's a ton of feedback that we've gotten, which is great, and we're going to make it better. But for example, like, hold on, let's go to the hallucination and let's see, like, okay, this is artificial analysis. Go to the hallucination rate. Let's add in, let's just add in, let's go reset to default, okay? If you look at this, Grok 4.3 has one of the lowest hallucination rates on artificial analysis as well. Okay, look at that. It's at like, what, 25%? So yeah, Grok 4.3 has a low hallucination rate, okay? Quen models also have low hallucination rates, okay? So if you look at that, that makes sense. And then on reasoning, for example, hey, Claude Sonnet 5 performed very well on this reasoning benchmark, okay? Does that mean that I'm gonna be using Claude Sonnet 5 or that I think Claude Sonnet 5 is the best model in the world? No, but you can look at this and you can say, okay, it did pretty well on this reasoning benchmark, okay? Same thing with GLM 5.2. It performed very well on this reasoning benchmark. Does that mean I'm going to go use GLM 5.2 and then I think GLM 5.2 is the best model in the world? No, but on reasoning, it's actually a pretty good model when it comes down to reasoning. Now, does GLM 5.2 perform very well in other areas? Well, look at this. On hallucination, let's figure out where it's at on hallucination. It's at number 6 on hallucination. You know, I don't think that, like, especially with BridgeBench going as viral as it does, it's gonna get a lot better. And I think that, you know, we'll see. I think that we're going to make BridgeBench a lot better. I'm happy that we got all the feedback that we did, and we're just going to use it, and we're going to make it even better, period. So, Sonnet, so somebody asked how is Sonnet so good on reasoning? So I think that one of the reasons that Sonnet does perform very good on reasoning is because of the tokenizer. Okay, so for example, the tokenizer, it spends way more tokens on reasoning. Okay, so I think that could lead to the reason why it does so well on that benchmark. Now, will I use Sonnet 5? No, because I actually don't like that it does that. So that's like just something that I look at and say, maybe that tokenizer gives it better results in reasoning. Do you like working with colleges or prefer solo work, or colleagues or prefer solo work? I like working with people, yeah, but right now I'm kind of like a solo entrepreneur, so The tokenizer is not the same as Opus or Fable. For Sonnet, it's the first of its kind for this like tokenizer, and it does spend way more tokens. All right, let's go over here. All right, let's see. I wonder where we're at now. BridgeMind apps. All right, let's go over here. All right, nice. All right, let's see if we did ship this. All right, nice. All right, what do you guys think about the new hero? You guys see this? The BS benchmark stands for, it's like nonsense. I don't like to swear, so. All right, what do you guys think of this? W or L on this? You guys don't like it? L? L. Couple people are saying clean. W. It's out of place. Remove the glow blue background on what? L lightning? I don't think we have lightning on it anymore. 6.7 out of 10. It's trying too much. It's creating too much noise. So question, guys, you guys think that I should just remove this? The button is an L. Okay. Let's do this. I want you to remove the glowing effect on the get started button. Just make it clean and simple. Also, people don't like the side animations. Okay, couple people are saying, all right, everybody has different opinions when it comes to UI. I mean, honestly, like, I think that the hero has definitely improved significantly, especially with the dashboard and whatnot. So I like that part of it. In terms of like Stripe revenue, I mean, let's pull up the Stripe revenue. So we're at $991 so far today. So I don't think that it's having much of an effect. Like, honestly, the conversions are a little bit better. To be completely honest with you, the conversions are better since we updated it. Yeah, this is definitely better results, guys. Do you think they'll bring Fable 5 subscriptions base back for good? Yeah, they are going to bring it back. I expect that once GPT 5.6 releases, they're going to be pretty hard pressed to keep it removed. I think it's going to be really hard to keep it out of subscriptions. Where's the OBS counter? I think it's actually being tested in the background right now. Let's pull this up. All right, yeah, it's getting tested. What do you hold of people saying you should work on agentic systems and not talk directly to Claude, but in cases like ours, where we build completely from scratch and we need to integrate on feedback? Lone Perker, what do you mean? What's new on BridgeSpace? Like, what are the latest features? What do you mean, Fax? You haven't entered the prompt yet, removing the glow? I think I did, right? Oh, yeah, you're right. All right, let's do that. Thank you. All right, let's see if this fixed the error in bridge code. Let's go over here. All right. Still bugging here. Bridge code local. Okay, there we go. All right, is there a logout now? All right, log out, sign in, perfect. And then now what I want to see is what we're trying to make it. So now I should go over here, and when I launch bridge code local over here, it should also be signed in. Perfect. Okay, that works. All right, now let's test the provider. So if I go to provider, let's see if OpenAI does work. Okay, hold up. There's a bug here. All right. All right, let's drop this in. On the provider section here in the UI, when I go down, I can't select any providers. It won't let me go down, figure out why, and fix. Red Dot said, it's so crazy. I remember when I first saw you on YouTube working on an iOS app, and look where you are now and what you build. Awesome, and so much motivation for everyone. Congrats. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Leo, good luck on your social media app. Let's go, dude. Do I think that Fable 5 will stay in the sub after tomorrow? I think that they're going to remove it, but then I think that it's also going to come back very quickly in the sub. I don't think that it's going to be gone for very long. So I think it'll be back fairly quickly. Also, let's go check this out. It is testing the bomb somewhere. Look at this. So this is... It made a bridge. Also, I don't think that we have 90,145. Ooh, okay. All right, looks like we have hit our usage limits here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch to my other subscription here. Let's go over here. And I think this one, oh, this one's signed out. All right, so let's log out here. I'm gonna log out. And then I am gonna log back in with my other subscription. All right, perfect. Oh, shoot, I have to sign in all the way. Joseph, just so you know, the Stripe revenue. So somebody in the chat said, teach us how to vibe code a fake Stripe dashboard. So just so you know, dude, it's not fake. All right. Let me just go in. Okay. This is not fake. So $991 today. And let's go check up on MRR. Total is at $19,174. If we go to the last 12 months, these are the last 12 months. There's a lot of people on social media that are faking this stuff, but that's not BridgeMind. So just to kind of level the playing field, it's legit. Okay, the community wouldn't be this big if it was built on lies. So, all right, sign in. Yeah, hold on. I'll stop what's beeping. It's this here. It's the test right here. I'm gonna close this. All right, this one. We're gonna stop. All right, let's go over here. Okay. All right, I did just sign in to the other subscription. So I don't think that I have much left here. If I do usage, okay, I've got 88% usage left, 100% on the 5-hour. Okay. Also, if you guys are watching the stream and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Let's launch Claude. Let's go, OG Testy. What's up, man? Yeah, a lot of people are saying they don't like the sidebars, like the effects here. I mean, I kind of think it's cool. Okay, chat. W if you like the effects on the side. L if you don't. And you think it would just be cleaner if it was just totally clean. Okay, Splitfire said it's distracting. It looks like AI slop. Call People says that they look cool. Make them bigger. Honestly, it's like mixed opinions. Animate what you want people to look at. That's a good point. Yeah. Okay. The animations on the sidebar, the side of the hero, don't really match. Would you remove them? And for the background of the hero, just keep it clean and make it just a solid color. Super clean. The reference was better, lacks depth. Somebody just said. Okay, wait, hold on. Before we just remove that, this was the reference. They were kind of angled. The reference was angled. So, okay, do you guys like the reference image though? That's the question. The key is adding depth and angling them. Somebody just said. Okay. Okay, so people are saying that they like this one. Is that true? Okay, so if you like how it looks here. Okay, Splitfire said he doesn't have the code of that. I would like to see that animated too. I'm pretty sure this is just a, it's GPT image or something like that. All right, a lot of people, so they like this one. They don't like how it is currently. So let's do a follow-up here with Fable 5. Take a look at the reference image that we are trying to get the animations in the hero on the right and left of the side of the hero. This is the reference that we're aiming for. Look at how they are angled and how much depth they have. We need to upgrade and update our styling so that it follows the same approach. Add more depth. Give it 3D perspective. All right, we'll see what this can do. All right. Also, where are we looking at on Polymarket? So Polymarket 15% for GPT 5.6 tomorrow, 63% on July 9th. Splitfire, I'm looking at your chat right now. I see you. They used jithered plus ASCII plus motion. Good, you removed it. It looked all, I mean, let's just see what this follow-up does. It looks like this right now. Okay, we'll see what it looks like after. Yeah, remotion isn't great, and with Opus 4.8, Fable 5 does an absolutely fantastic job for remotion. It does a super good job. Okay. Let's go back over to Bridge Code. I need you to take a look at Bridge Code and note that I cannot move down. I can't do arrow down to select a provider. Review this and fix. People are saying keep the lightning. I mean, the thing is, at the end of the day, what we did last week with the updates to the UI, it actually did improve the conversions, to be honest with you guys. It actually improved the conversions quite a bit. I mean, I think that last week, I think we brought in $1,700 on Wednesday, $1,800 on Thursday, $1,600 on Friday. On Saturday, I think it was like, I don't know, maybe 1,000. I didn't even stream. Yesterday was 500. Today so far has been 900. So we're ticking up. I think that we're going to see a huge green candle, especially over the coming weeks. I think that, you know, it all comes down to how much are you working, and we're going to turn it up a notch. So keep the lightning 100%. It looks great. A lot of people are saying that they liked the lightning. I think the demo did most of the lifting with the conversions, not the lightning. I would agree with Splitfire. What's the MRR? The MRR right now, oh my gosh, we just had made a huge sale. So we just green candled up to, we're at 1,327 today. Somebody just bought a subscription. So we're at 1,327. and MRR is at 19,202. And we are working our way towards 1 million. We're going to launch Vibecademy this week, and I think that it's going to be a massive week, okay? It's going to be a huge week. Stain said lightning was cool. Let's do it. Honestly, let's keep the lightning. Let's keep the lightning. Let's make the lightning better. How about that? Review the lightning effect on the home hero that we commented out. I want to add the lightning back, but I also want you to add in a better 3D perspective and make the lightning even better. Hero pages are for impact, not conversions. All right, the lightning's coming back, chat. Lightning's coming back. Honestly, I don't care who talks bad about BridgeMind. People are saying the world of AI talked bad. I really don't care, guys. People are going to talk bad about you. I mean, I'm at the point where, hey, I'm authentic. I'm genuine. I'm at the point where I'm not going to talk bad about anybody, okay? At this point, I'm just going to take the turn the other cheek type deal and just say, hey, you know what? We're going to take it as constructive criticism, and we're going to take the feedback, and we're going to just absolutely grind until the sun doesn't shine anymore, okay? I don't care, okay? So, you know, hey, whenever you have something that does very well or is controversial, people are going to bash it, and that's what happens. And I hope that for every single one of you that are watching, that you can see it. And if you see somebody bashing me or talking crap about me, right, you should know that that's what it takes when we're in the man in the arena. And I want you guys to, again, just read this here, okay? My dad got me this, okay, when I was 17 years old. Okay, you guys can pause the stream. You can read it. If you don't know what it is, go look it up and learn about it. But I live by this right here. All right? You guys can go look it up yourself. The man in the arena, okay? So, you know, the only way that I can respond is, number one, take it as constructive criticism, take the feedback, and make it 10 times better. The truth of it is that it's a controversial thing in the first place, and, you know, hey, people are going to criticize it because it went so big. It went crazy viral. It got like 2 million views. BridgeBench is huge, okay? So whether people like it or people hate it, we're going to improve it. We're going to make it better. We're working towards BridgeBench v3, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm just at the point where I'm like, hey, as BridgeMind gets bigger, we're going to get more and more people criticizing. We're going to get more and more people that are bashing, hating, whatever. It doesn't matter. So for every single one of you that are watching, you know, I just want you to know that, hey, how do you respond when somebody criticizes you, when somebody bashes you, when somebody tries to discredit you? Well, I'm going to try and live by example and just say, hey, you know what we're going to do? We're going to work harder. We're going to be better. And we're not going to turn on other people and bash them back, because if we do that, then we're just like them. So that's the Bridge philosophy, okay? And, you know, at the end of the day, that's all we can do. Splitfire said, I think it's about time to invest in a better chair. You don't like this one? Jorge, thank you. I appreciate it. Are you going to be canceling subscriptions and only using usage API credits from tomorrow? Well, the problem is, I mean, Opus 4.8, I think that they're going to bring Fable 5 back so fast, guys. There's no way that they can have Fable 5 come out of subscriptions, have GPT 5.6 launch, and still maintain their subscribers. Like, it's just not going to happen. But I'm not going to cancel. I'm probably going to cancel 2 of my subscriptions, but I'll probably keep 1 Anthropic subscription, because without Fable 5, you only need 1. Doesn't Cursor give you like 10,000 credits a month? So I have 1,500 left in Cursor. I wish that I actually reached out to the person that kind of, I'm not sponsored by them, but I'm in some creator program that they have. I do need a re-up. We'll see, but I have $1,500 left in that. Yeah. Lightning can... Pranay said, congrats on 90K. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. How do you make safety for website and everything so people can't see your information somehow? What do you mean? My information, meaning what? All right. All right. This looks good. Bridge code's about to be updated, so we can actually go down. There's just a UI bug here. I can't move down here. Bridge code, local. Let's see. Providers. Provider. Okay, now it's not even showing up, so that needs to be fixed. Do you give Claude access to AWS? I do, yes. I hope they do, as I don't think a $200 plan is worth it with 4.8. Definitely is with Fable, though. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised if they... What source is your traffic on the website, YouTube, Google, or what else? It's a mix, but yeah, I mean, the social platforms are huge. X and Google both. Or X and YouTube, you know. Yeah, I mean, I just don't see. I mean, chat, do you guys think that Fable 5? I mean, I think it's probably going to be back like literally this week. Found something you'll want to cover. Neoform AI lets you build hero animations with just drag and drop components, zero code, generally wild results. I haven't seen it. Do you focus on certain social media platforms or definitely X and YouTube for me are the main focal points. For sure, X and YouTube. Stain said definitely coming back quick. I think so. Mill said ship has sailed. You're dreaming if you think they don't just start API pricing. I don't think so. I disagree. Because OpenAI, you have to look at what OpenAI is doing and say, okay, they're competing with Anthropic, right? As soon as GPT 5.6 releases, if Fable 5 isn't back in subscriptions, everyone's canceling their Anthropic sub. Anthropic is cooked, probably, honestly. If they don't add it back, but I really do think they'll add it back. I need you to launch 5 sub-agents and do a complete review of the new BridgeBench open source repo, and note that we need to begin building this out. I need you to do a complete review of both the BridgeBench legacy and then the new BridgeBench, and note that we need to make significant improvements in the new open source BridgeBench. Review what we currently have with the UI benchmark, and then review the front end and the API for reference, and help me create a structured plan on different options for a way forward for us to build this out. All right. All right. What would be the purpose of them removing Fable 5? They say they don't have the compute for it, which is kind of weird. Like, they don't have the compute? That's just a weird, I don't know. What are the protocols you need to follow and have to make websites safely? You really do need to understand cybersecurity. But yeah, definitely check out Vibecademy. So Vibecademy is going to be launching this week. The plan is to just have like a really standard basic launch. I think that it's going to be a huge driver for BridgeMind. So if you're interested in learning vibe coding, I'm going to start to, compete with Codecademy, but for vibe coding. I learned on Codecademy, and it's just completely outdated at this point. And I think that in the future, I think that people that are looking to actually learn how to code, it's not going to be like Codecademy. I mean, you could basically take all their courses and just say, hey, all of those courses are now completely redundant because, hey, nobody needs to code anymore. You don't need to code anymore. So if you're starting how to code, are you really learning syntax? That's a waste of your time. So it's a very interesting time. Stain said, my big concern, even if we get the plan back, is weekly limits, losing the 50% from the SpaceX deal on the 13th. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's about money. They lose money with Fable on the subscription. What are the benefits of using Bridge Code inside your app instead of Claude or OpenCode? Honestly, like that, and that's the big reason why I didn't build bridge code from the get-go, but I've decided that bridge code is gonna kind of like tie in to BridgeBench, and we'll start to build that out. But I think that the reason that I'm building out bridge code is not to say, oh, we're gonna, like, when you talk about building out a coding agent, it comes down to two things in my opinion: how much you're getting subsidized and to what model you're getting subsidized for. Okay, there's not a huge difference between Codex and Claude Code. I don't think that those harnesses are very different. It's really about the model that you get access to. So when I get Codex, I'm not getting Codex because I think that, or OpenAI subscription because I want to use Codex. I could care less the harness that I'm using it in. It's about getting access to GPT 5.5 at the highest subsidized rate, right? So I think that with bridge code, we're gonna create that commodity, because a coding agent at this point is a commodity. It's not that hard to build a coding harness. But the reason that we're building out bridge code is we're gonna figure out a way to tie this all into BridgeBench so that we have a way of benchmarking models inside of the coding harness. So it's gonna be interesting. I have a plan for it. I'm not ready to share it quite yet because I need to like formulate it a little bit better. But I think that bridge code is going to be a huge piece in the BridgeMind ecosystem for people to have one subscription, complete access to all the tools that they need to vibe code, and I'm definitely excited to have that launch. But let's go over here to bridge code and see, is the model selector bug finished? Let's see this here. So let's launch bridge code local. All right, model. Okay, there we go. We did fix that. Okay, so model, OpenAI, so we can go down to GPT 5.5. Let's use, hold on, is extra high an option? Yeah. All right, let's see if this works. Hold up. Oh, nice. All right. All right, so we do have this working now. I want you to launch 10 subagents and do a complete review of the API and identify any bugs or errors. Don't update any code, but just do a review and output all of your findings. Let's see what this does. All right, let's go over here, bridge code. All right, nice. I need you to launch 5 deep dive agents to do a review of the UI, and note that the UI is a little bit confusing. For example, if you look at the UI benchmark, when I click on one of the UI results and then click back, it brings me not to the back to the different page, but it brings me back to that model's UI results. This is a little bit confusing. Review the UI and fix errors like this that you find. Did you stream marketing approach too, Hugh, or just the vibe coding side? I'm new here, so I'm very open about the marketing side as well. Let me see this error here. Okay, hold on. So to make sure I don't expose any environment variables here. I did forget to stay respectively. All right, also here is the updated UI, guys. I made it angled with 3D perspective. W or L in the chat. What do you guys think? W or L if you guys think that. Look, this is what we're talking about right here. I don't think that looks good. There's too much going on. People are saying W. Why isn't it balanced? People are saying much better. I feel like I'm tripping out over this. It does not go all the way to the edge of the page. It has to look like it's emerging past the page. True. Also, is the lightning back? Oh, that's so sick. The lightning strike is sick. The lightning, I like the lightning. All right, let's go over here. I mean, we just need better like error handling for this, honestly. Come on, let's use bridge code to code bridge code. That'll be cool. Quit. All right, watch this. All right, bridge code local, and then let's switch the model. I'm gonna use OpenAI. I want you to take a look at all of these errors that come out of bridge code, and note that when we do get errors in the bridge code CLI, they need to be formatted in a more cohesive way that doesn't confuse users so much. There's just way too many errors here. It shouldn't look like this. We should have better errors. Figure out, first of all, what caused this error, fix it, and then make it so that it's just more user-friendly. TFMG, what's up? Yep, we're back. Oh, that's actually so nice. One thing that I can do is switch the model with the prompt. That's nice. Oh, that's actually so nice. All right. All right, grab this. Okay, GPT 5.5 extra high is what we're using right now. What do you mean npm install? Just make it emerge from off screen. Also, have you considered a splash screen when it loads in, like Instagram? Gotta go pick up my suit for sister's wedding this weekend. I'll be back. Okay, good luck, Stain. See it. All right. I need you to take a look at bridge code and note that whenever I change a model, when I launch a new session of bridge code, it should launch with the provider and model that I had previously selected in bridge code. I also would like you to take a look at the ordering of the models when selecting a model, and note that I would like to make it so that the best models are at the top, ranked by. So for example, when I select models in OpenAI, GPT 5.5 extra high should be at the top. It should be ranked by the top models, descending. Jake says his project is 90% complete. Let's go, dude. I'm just gonna add bridge code CLI. This needs to be fixed. You guys see the output here? It's a mess. Expand this real quick. It should not be happening like this. Oops. All right, bridge code, local. I want you to take a look at this screenshot and note that we need this to be fixed so that it doesn't output all of this garbage in the bridge code terminal when making changes and whatnot. Review the screenshot for reference and then update accordingly to fix the issue. All right. All right, cool. All right, this is gonna work. So right now I'm using Bridge Code with my OpenAI subscription. Yeah, this needs to be fixed so it doesn't do this. Okay, what happened here? We got an error. Object. All right, let's launch Codex real quick. I need you to create a really robust logger when running Bridge Code locally so that we are able to debug it really well and improve it, review, and update accordingly. All right, drop this in. Okay, so we got another error over here, object. What I want to do is I want to figure out why this is happening and then fix it. Okay, TFMG said, I love BridgeVoice and that it can run locally. What's the keybind to cancel what you're saying if you mess up? Actually, that may be a good feature request. I don't think that we have a way to cancel what you're saying if you mess up. Alright, so you guys see these errors that we're getting here? I definitely want to figure out what is causing these. I got 2 errors here while running these 2 Bridge Code agents locally. Note that I need you to figure out what caused these errors and figure out how to fix them. We need to build in the ability to compact so that if it exceeds the context window that it auto compacts, review, and update accordingly. I do run everything on auto approve, yes. It's going good right now. Right now we are working on Bridge Code. We're going to see what caused these errors. We're going to fix these. How many projects do you truly have, and do you track your projects backends to stay organized? Yeah, so I mean, my main projects are both BridgeMind and then Vibecademy. Okay, BridgeMind is a complete ecosystem, so there's a few projects that are in that ecosystem, including BridgeSpace, BridgeVoice, and BridgeAgent. And the best way that I keep track of the products is to dog food them, right? So I constantly am using my products. I mean, this one here, I was running a loop, okay? And this literally autonomously fixed all the errors in the loop. Would you output a quick summary of what you updated and why? So let's see what was fixed here. My Fable usage is pretty much maxed out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start launching Droid agents and use my usage there. I mean, let's think. Probably should just get another Max subscription, to be honest, because we have what, another day? Do you guys think that would be worth it to get another Max subscription? I'm not sure. $200. I mean, I made $1,300 so far today. I mean, I feel like it would be worth it, right? What do you guys think? Should we get another Max subscription? I have $1,500 in cursor credits, and then I've got Droid credits as well. But I don't know if I want to use those yet. Because once it's removed, then I can't use it on subscription. So I feel like I should save those credits until it's like fully removed, right? Yeah, let's just get another subscription, honestly. So it's gonna be my 4th. The annoying part is I'm gonna have to create another Claude account. So 4 Claude subscriptions? Yikes. All right, 4th Claude subscription coming in hot. Because I want to save all my usage for when we actually get it removed. All right, max plan. All right, so I'm just getting my 4th Claude Max subscription right now. All right, let's see. They're gonna have me. I hope they don't have me do another phone number. They did make it a lot easier to have multiple subscriptions. All right, I just got my 4th Max subscription. All right, 4th Max secured, boys. Let's let it rip. Let's go. I have not watched the World Cup. All right, we just got our 4th Max subscription, so let's log out and log into this 4th one. Log out. All right, let me log in here. Okay, 4th Max usage. Let's go. All right. Yeah, that is Fable Maxing. All right, let's go, guys. All right, bridge code currently being worked on. Okay, this looks good. All right, I'm gonna start a fresh. Hold on, we need to clean this up quite a bit. I'm going to close this one. All right, now let's launch another workspace. Nice. All right, perfect. Let's move this over here. All right, I launched and closed 5 subagents. We should begin building out the new open source BridgeBench, but it is not yet a credible replacement for legacy. The new engine is the right foundation, especially for Bridge UI Bench Season 1, but the current system is spread across an alpha OSS runner, a static legacy style UI, and an API voting layer that is not wired end to end. The first thing that I would like to build out is a speed benchmark. Review how we could potentially do this. I don't like how it's been done in the legacy benchmark. Note that we need to put a specific amount of tokens through the speed benchmark for each model that we test, review it, and create a structured plan to build out a comprehensive speed benchmark. Amen, let's go. All right, we're gonna go in plan mode here. Do you think Soul Ultra will outclass Mythos? I do, yeah. All right, let's go over here. All right, I do. Would you take a look at the Claude Code agents in this workspace?
Let me check the Claude agents and sort their status. All 6 are still running. They also all show the same warning about those MCP servers needing authentication.
Okay, don't worry about that. The first thing that I want you to do is I want you to prompt one of the agents to review the animations in the home hero that are on the left and right side of the home hero in BridgeMind UI, and prompt it to comment those out for now and make the background of the BridgeMind UI hero just a solid, simple background. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. This is gonna prompt. I'll be right back. All right, so guys, why do you think OpenAI did push back the IPO? I didn't even know that they pushed it back. So I'm guessing you will buy Codex plans. The thing about Codex is that with their new model, you're not going to have to buy multiple subscriptions like you do with Anthropic. Like with Anthropic, you have to spend so much money because with Anthropic, it's like, hey, you're basically spending all this money for all these different like models and stuff, and the usage is so bad that, hey, I have to have, I mean, this is my 4th Fable subscription, right? So I'm spending $800 a month now just on Claude Code to have access for like a few minutes, basically, with Fable 5. OpenAI is not like that. Yeah, it's just not like that. So with Codex, you get way, way, way more usage. Like an incredible more amount of usage. It's insane. But most people are doing this now. All right, we are gonna take out these animations here. These are gonna get removed. I don't like those. Also, where are we at with Polymarket on the GPT 5.6 release? 66% for Thursday, 64%. So it does look like Thursday is looking likely for the GPT 5.6 release. The OpenAI team is hyping it like crazy. Yeah, I mean. Anthropic, either they should release a new subscription tier to use Fable 5. I don't know. Jibber, what's up? Yeah, I appreciate you, Jake. Anthropic turns the models to shining objects so people spend more money, but in a month or two, this model will be old news, so they turn it to huge profitable momentum. That's an interesting take. Yeah, GPT 5.6 release date looks like Thursday this week, guys. Try again. Okay. All right, so we did make the... Okay, we did clean out the animations, guys. So this is the new home hero. This is what it looks like on a standard. I mean, there's nothing going on. What do you guys think of this? It's just blank, just black. What do you guys think about that? I kind of liked what we had before. All right, W or L, we removed those animations that we had. All right, Max said check Discord DM. Somebody said it doesn't look good. Bring the code animations back, but clean them up a bit. Bring the animations back, but clean them up a bit. We need to make them better. Review the screenshot for reference. Yeah, I liked the other one more. The other one looked way more vibe coded. I mean, guys, I'll say that you don't want to overthink the UI stuff too much, because UI is definitely objective. But let me grab this image and we'll reference it again. All right, it's gonna go this one right here. All right, let's see if Fable 5 can get this. All right. Yeah, TFMG said, as long as it conveys the message, it's job well done. I would agree. Yeah, UI is very subjective. So a lot of people, if they know something is created by AI, they're going to say AI slop, right? Like, that's one thing I've learned. The updates that we made last week have been a significant improvement to the conversion rates, just so you guys know. So I feel very good where we're at with the conversion rates. So far today, we've made $1,300. So I feel good where we're at. And yeah, let's... All right. All right, 10K output. Honestly, okay, hold on. It may be better if there was a way for us to get the average speed of the model while we were benchmarking it on the other benchmarks. This way we could essentially benchmark the speed of the model while also benchmarking it in the other benchmarks, so we don't have to create a benchmark just for speed. We just get the speed based off of how fast it is in the other benchmarks. Would there be a way of doing this? When's BridgeBench V3? So that's what we're working on here. I think it's going to be huge. We're going to open source it. There's going to be seasons. Yeah, TFMG, make sure you guys redesign any UI that you feel like needs to be redesigned before Fable 5 gets removed. Also, here's where we're at for revenue for the day, 1345. We're looking good. So I think that this week is going to be a huge week too. So 35 hours, yes, 35 hours left with Fable. I mean, I want to be careful here. Jason said, gonna hit 2K for a Monday. That's sweet. Thank you, man. Yeah, it's good. And we can do a floor. Okay. Looks like this is gonna have fixed it. All right, bridge code local. Great work. I now need your help in updating the default model that is selected. Note that if you look at the selected models, when I select a specific model, let's say I select a specific model, when I reopen BridgeCode in a different terminal, I want for the model that I selected with that effort level to be the default model that BridgeCode launches in. Right now, for example, the default model is just always Claude Sonnet 5. Would you update this so that it goes based off of the previous model that I've selected? Where's the music? I think the music's bugging out right now. I'm listening to music, but sometimes a lot of people like to listen to their own music, so you guys can do that right now. What's my health routine? So I try and get as much sleep as I can. I used to be crazy into like working out for like 2.5 hours a day, triathlete. Last year I did like 3 triathlons during the summer. It's different now with BridgeMind because, for example, I just work so much. You guys only see probably a third of how much I'm working and stuff for BridgeMind. And, it can be a lot. So I'm not able to work out as much as I used to, but typically I'll work out in the morning. I wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, and I try and work out in the morning. I do push-ups on stream so that it makes it so I don't have to work out as much. But I try and run, swim, bike, work out as much as I can. But with work, it becomes a lot harder, that's for sure. Am I fasting? No, but honestly, I don't eat a ton, just like while I'm on stream and stuff. And what time do I go to bed? I go to bed at about 9. Yeah, I go to bed early, so I can wake up early as well. Yeah, definitely sleep is very, very important. You want to take sleep seriously because if you don't sleep right, your productivity is going to go down significantly. All right, let's see how these animations are going to load in. Let's see the take that these animations do. So here they are. I mean, that definitely gives it more like personality. I'm not a huge fan. Trotman, what's up? Yeah, we're working on the BridgeCode CLI. Do I recommend getting the AirPods Max? I like them. Yeah, that's the kind I have. I mean, it does give it some personality. The edges are too sharp. For what? The edges of what? This looks fine. I need you to review the open source BridgeBench and note that we need to start building out the benchmark. And what I want you to do is I want you to help me to begin building out a hallucination benchmark. Review BridgeBench in complete depth, review the legacy benchmark, and note that we need to do a much better job in building out a hallucination benchmark that will accurately test model hallucination rates. Review this and help me learn different approaches that we could potentially take in building out a hallucination benchmark for BridgeBench v3. Review and then give me different options and help me learn. Spencer asked which number of Max subscriptions. This is my 4th. I'm on 4 Claude Max subscriptions. And I mean, it's worth it. But I mean, Anthropic, come on, this is ridiculous. 4, it's insane. JJ, what's up? The code on the right looks kind of off because the angle of the edge. I would agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. The angle of the edge, I would agree. It looks a bit off because of the angle of the edge. Would you review the reference image again and help me update the code to basically be a digital twin of what you see in the image? You need to completely redesign the home heroes animations on the right and left to look exactly like what you see in this image. All right. Okay, so let me drop this image in. Somebody said they just got back. What are you working on? So we're trying to get these animations fixed up on the home hero. This is what they look like right now. You can look at the left and right. The conversion rate for BridgeMind has gotten significantly better. We're also working on Bridge Code. If you look here, we have 2 agents working on these. These actually just finished up. So let's see if we did get this one working as intended. Hold up here. So if I do /models, somebody did a super chat. Thank you. If you had a stretch a single $200 plan each week, which plan and model would you use if you constantly need to build? Thank you so much. Definitely a Codex subscription, dude. Definitely Codex, especially with the model that's going to release here soon. It's going to be huge. All right, so I'm going to switch to GPT 5.5. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to launch another one. And when I launch Bridge Code Local, I want to see that 5.5 again. Let's see here. No, it's still Sonnet. I'm still having the same issue. I switched to OpenAI with GPT 5.5, and then I launched it again, and it still launched it with Claude Sonnet 5 as the selector. Would you review this and fix? How did you connect Anthropic to Bridge Code? I thought they forbid it, so you can only use Claude subs. I'm using OpenAI, and that's one great part about having an OpenAI subscription is that you can connect it. I think your BridgeBench could potentially even read the raw JSON history of the Claude chat because you can find even more stuff like Claude rationalizing lying. That's interesting, yeah. How many Claude Max in Judy? So I have 4 Claude Max subscriptions and 1 Codex subscription. Okay. All right, let's launch this. We're going to go to Vibecademy. Okay. And we do need to do some testing here, so I'm going to launch a couple terminals. Let's do the UI. We're also going to do, oops. That autocomplete feature in BridgeSpace has gotten a lot better. Yeah, no one uses Gemini for really anything anymore. Yeah, I'm using Fable. What happens to Fable? So Fable does go away tomorrow. For anybody wondering, Fable's going away tomorrow. It'll be very interesting to see what comes out of OpenAI this week too. It's gonna be a very big week in the space. All right, Thomas, thank you. I'm really invested in Bridgeboard and getting that to work. I currently use Backlog MCP and was hoping to replace that. Yeah, I highly suggest using the Bridgeboard or BridgeMind MCP. I use Gemini to search for YouTube videos. I thought it was going Wednesday. It doesn't look like Wednesday. It looks like Thursday is what it looks like. That's the most likely. All right. All right, let's sign in here. All right, so this is what the dashboard's currently looking like. All right, I think that these are placeholders for now. All right, these are placeholders. All right, so this is the catalog. Trotman said, when can we meet you in person? We need a community event. That's a good idea. I'm not sure. What browser am I using? I'm using Comet right now. Comet for my browser. Okay, so this one is in actual... Okay, yeah, so this The cybersecurity basics. Where should a third-party API key live in a vibe-coded web app? Okay. UI design here needs to be fixed. Okay, also, okay, this is the update to... Take a look at the UI design here and note that it needs to be updated. You can see that when I select an answer, it needs a better active effect. Right now I can hardly read it once I select it, review, and update. Yeah, the angled was better. Yeah. The angled position was better. Would you make it angled again? Okay. Bridge code. Okay, let's see here. CL said, since you recommend Codex, do you think it's good for basic design related stuff? How do you handle design if you could only use Codex? So I would recommend using skills, but in general, that is the trade-off of using Codex, is that it's not as good at design. It's really going to struggle with design. Kirayu over on Twitch said, can I ask what you were doing? I'm curious. So right now I'm vibe coding. If you don't know what vibe coding is, it's basically you're coding with AI. So I'm managing a bunch of agents right now that are coding for me, building a SaaS application for me. All right. Also the lightning happens when you refresh the page. So watch this. So if you initially load the page, the lightning comes after 3 seconds. GPT 5.6 will be the best in UI soon. Buy Codex and be ready. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely ready for this, for it to come out. Man, the angled looks terrible, guys. Angled does not look good. That is not did this right. Just wasting tokens at this point. I do recommend Comment, yeah. I like Comment. Yeah, on the image it was good, but it's not doing a good job. Fable's not doing a good job. All right, Oscar said, hey, love BridgeBench. Quick question, any updates coming for the security and hallucination benchmarks? The newer models are missing there. So Oscar, we are going to be making pretty significant updates to BridgeBench. You know, there's a lot of great things about BridgeBench that I think a lot of people do like. Because it's gone so viral, you know, we do have some feedback. And, you know, with BridgeBench, I think that what we're trying to do is we're working toward BridgeBench v3, which is going to be fully open source. It's going to have seasons. It's going to be very well developed. And, you know, I think that when did we even start building out BridgeBench v2? I think it's been like several months now. So, you know, what we're able to do with the existing models that we have today, starting from scratch to build out a new bench that is going to perform much better. We're going to have all sorts of benchmarks like game dev. We're going to have benchmarks with security. We're going to have benchmarks with reasoning, code generation, UI, and it's going to be significantly improved. The existing benchmark, one of the reasons that security is missing some of them is because, I mean, you can't even put Fable 5 through a security benchmark. It fails at all of them, right? Because it doesn't even, anything related to security just gets blocked immediately. So I'm excited to rebuild it. This looks terrible. Oh my gosh. that looks so bad. Jeez. Oh my gosh, the hate is insane right now. That's crazy. I want you to remove the... I just don't like the animations, guys. I don't like what we're doing there. Nah, it's something I'm looking at on X, guys. It's not in this chat. Not in the chat. But I just want to remind all of you guys that it's like, hey, just hang in there. You know, don't let it bother you. Yeah, it's all good. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this does not look good. Yeah, I know the music is off. Thanks, Rory. Yeah. The text and the button looks very old school. I mean, guys, like, here's the thing with, like, UI design. People literally, like, it's so subjective. And, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I mean, the conversion rate is going up. And what we did last week is, you know, paying off well, so. All right. All right, guys. I'm going to work off stream for a bit. I just want to take care of some stuff. I'm just not feeling great. So I'll be back tomorrow. And I'm going to work off stream. And I've got just stuff that I have to take care of. So I'm going to work off stream. I'll be back tomorrow, but I just want to work off stream today. So have a good rest of your day, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be hanging around the Discord too, but have a good one, guys. See ya.